We got another vidIQ special, so here we go.
This dude on the front looks like a racer. He's going to point at your first video. He's going to point at everything. He's pointing at you. Then there's some other random dude with hair. Then you got arrows pointing at things. If he ain't pointing at you or the thing, then you got arrows pointing at things. Fake gold or thingy, the patience, he says. Dr. Savage is here to save the day. My good googly good.
So you've got 84 subscribers versus our 804,000 subscribers. You've not made any videos in over a month.
I'm a busy man. I'm a doctor.
One time when you did do a custom thumbnail, you got absolutely caned for it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, just before Christmas, I made a video with some very questionable maths that told you that, on average, a channel will reach 100 subscribers in 61 days. Well, it is day... No, I'm actually wrong. Actually, how many days are we into a year now? I think we're almost there. I thought we were on day 62 because my calendar maths is really stupid as well. Because I forgot that there's 28 days in February, which doesn't quite match up to 30. Anyway, what I'm trying to waffle on about here is that if you haven't yet reached 100 subscribers, then we're here to help you. If you've already reached 100 subscribers, we're still here to help you. However, if you've hit 1 million subscribers, yeah, you need to help us. This is a Tuesday channel audit live stream with vidIQ. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to vidIQ, the YouTube tool, the YouTube channel, and the YouTube Learning Academy that educates you on your YouTube journey. And every single Tuesday, for the next couple of hours, we open up our doors to all of our community to submit their channels, whatever shape or size, as long as it's not over 1 million subscribers, so that we can hopefully help you get to the next stage of your YouTube journey. And as always, I could not do this without my gaggle of co-hosts. Introducing first, because he's on screen next to me, it is Dan H. Hello, Dan. Welcome to the live stream.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this is day 61 of the year, so we're right on.
Is it? All right, that's cool. Yeah, nice one. Thanks for checking. Yeah, I don't know where I got the maths from for 100 subscribers in 62 days, but there we are. I just did a video about
math is not our strong suit, so yeah, we're fine with that. Take any math you get from this stream with a grain of salt.
Thank you very much for completely destroying all of the knowledge that we're going to share in the next couple of hours. Dan C, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome, Dan C. Travis, how are you?
Hanging in there, doing everything I can do.
And Jeff, how are you? Jeff? Where's Jeff?
There's no Jeff.
There's no Jeff. He tells us he's doing something far more important right now, but he may join us in around about half an hour. We'll ask him what he was up to, which made it more important than joining us on the live stream. So look forward to that soon. I mean, folks in the chat, we're going to do some shout outs now. Tell us what you think Jeff is doing, as long as it's safe for work type of stuff that he might be doing. And we'll do some shout outs right now in the chat here. As always, I will say hello to our moderators that include DC Universe. Ben Shiro, I see, has been very active. Also, a special thanks once again to John, who made us that wonderful animation. Dan H. and I were just saying beforehand that we see that you may be quitting YouTube. I think you're just trolling your audience and you're going to be back in a couple of days. But yeah, are you actually quitting YouTube? Because we think your animations are awesome. All right, let's do some shout-outs. I'm going to start with Travis. Who are you shouting out? And if anybody is telling us what Jeff might be doing right now.
Just a couple of ones. We got Ace2, we got Zenzarius, Sport Gamer 5G, and The Harsh Truth.
All right then, Dan H. You going to shout anyone out here?
Yeah, absolutely. Coco's Wow assumes that he's evading taxes. I'm not sure you should slander Jeff like that. Luffy and Goku Shorts just says Jeff ? I mean, have you not been tuning in? I'm not sure how you've missed Jeff in here. He just hit, what, 50,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullseye Productions TV says Jeff is making Mr. Beast Shorts promos, and that's at least a good use of his time, so we thank him for that.
And Dan C, with more enthusiasm and more words, who are you saying hello to?
Let's see here. So I saw a few people say Jeff was eating pizza, so hello to all of you. I think that's kind of the consensus right now.
Yeah.
I think he's eating pizza in a Mr. Beast short while evading taxes, personally.
Whoa, that's a lot going on there.
I know.
That could get millions of views, that.
I know, we should try that. Slavgard says he's going for the gusto. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Saz Beats says Jeff is making food. A lot of people must be hungry here because I'm seeing a lot of just food references. Crudo FX is accusing Jeff of ignoring quarantine safety measures, which is just
scandalous.
Flat out mean and also very true. No, kidding. Let's see here. And then the Titan says, I'm evading taxes. Not me, but them. They claim they're evading taxes. So I think they're feeling a bit of a connection there to Jeff.
Awesome to everybody evading taxes right now. Please don't in the future when you actually need to pay them. And of course, any money you do earn from YouTube is taxable. That's our top tip of the day. Folks, let us know. As there are 550 of you now in this live stream, let us know if you are brand new here on the channel audit live stream or new to vidIQ. Those of us who have been here for a while, just to welcome those folks in. And what I'm going to do now is introduce you to how this live stream is going to work for the next 2 hours or so with this 1 minute explainer. Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit livestream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every livestream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the livestream. If we can't audit your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed vidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this. Couple of housekeeping bits as usual. We continue to support the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, as you see on screen now. So any super chats you donate goes directly to that cause. Thank you very much. We have already one donation of $5, but as usual, in the unique way that the YouTube Live Control Center is broken right now, the pinned comment always obscures the first donation, but we really do appreciate that. And if you are a channel submitting today, we'll be honest, we get around about 1,000 channel submissions every single week. So it means that we can't audit every single channel. Having said that, many of the tips, tricks, guidance strategies that we give to channels of all shapes and sizes can be applied to many channels of all shapes and sizes. So think objectively about what we're saying and how that can potentially apply to your channel. Now, for the folks who say they are new and are brand new to vidIQ, you're not really aware of who we are, let me just tell you right now that the one thing you want to do, probably just after this live stream, is download the vidIQ Chrome extension, sign up to us. It is free to do. You can do that either through Chrome, Firefox. We also have a mobile app. and it's going to give you so many analytical tools that are going to help you make actionable decisions on growing your channel. Just to give you a very brief insight into vidIQ quickly. On this channel page with vidIQ installed, we're going to get this real-time stats bar that gives you a channel snapshot anywhere on YouTube. And it's also going to tell me that right now, of the 165,000 views we've got in the last 48 hours, 6,700 of those views have come from YouTube Shorts. How useful is it to know that if you are a Shorts channel dabbling with long and short form content? If you want to know how good a video is without even clicking on it, we've got the likes to dislikes ratio, saying that this video here has a 99% like ratio, which means that it's not clickbait. People who engage with the content enjoy it. And all of this stuff down the left-hand side here, I can click on the channel audit and look at all of this information. We get in a snapshot of our channel. So not only are we going to help you for the next 2 hours on this live stream, but we can help you 24/7 with all of this wonderful good stuff. There is a link in the pinned chat right now, which is going to enable you to not only download the software, but use everything we have in our toolkit for free for the next 30 days. So if you haven't taken advantage of it just yet, please do. With all of that being said, Dan, and Travis, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Then we'll move on to the first channel that we're going to audit this week, which was
wait. We forgot to talk about tomorrow.
Oh, what are we going? Oh, well, I guess what we can say. Oh, go on then, Dan. Railroad this third live stream to plug your live stream.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the mobile app, and I just thought it was kind of funny you didn't mention tomorrow how we're showing off the mobile app and how people can use it to grow their channels.
Yeah, can you believe it? We've been keeping this secret for about 6 months now. We have a mobile app, and we're actually going to delve into it a little tomorrow. Maybe just introduce you to it before we go into detail in future webinars. So yeah, make sure to sign up for that tomorrow. Thank you very much, Dad. All right then, shall we start auditing some channels?
Okay.
Right, the first channel we're going to audit is, as always, the first channel that's submitted this week. And they go by the name of Pie Chart Pirate. Now, I am in dark mode because apparently all of you like dark mode on the YouTube screens. I personally hate it, but there we go. I'm in the minority here. And let's go over to Travis here to just sum up, Travis, what you think this channel is about.
Pie Chart Pirate. We've seen these like graph channels before. Let's see. I have the chat in the way. Let me close the chat because that was written. I'm like, why can't I read the page? It's because I have the chat up.
Come on,
right.
Travis, wake up.
The chat is down now. I can't see the chat. So this is like one of those graph pages, and we always have. I always wonder, like, do these pages even work anymore? I mean, obviously, there's 12,000 subscribers on this one. Is this what they grew their channel with, though? I'm curious.
I think so. Yeah. So it's a data visualization channel. I think they're commonly known as here, and it's been around for a year. Let's sort by most popular. Maybe there's 1 or 2 videos that are really jumping out here. I mean, you can probably assume that a lot of our subscribers came from that single video there, Travis.
Yeah.
And this does differ a little bit in the sense that usually we see these graphs going from left to right, but there's pie charts, which is maybe a little different visualization structure.
You know, the thing is, I've not done a lot of deep research on this, but I wonder if the viewership of this, like, there will be a percentage of people that just like to look at graphs, I guess, right? Like this sort of thing. My suspicion is that the larger number of people who watch this content watch it once for the exact subject they came for, and then not watching just general breakdowns of other things. I mean, that's just a guess. I could be completely wrong on this, but just thinking about it, like if I watched one of these, I would watch it about something relevant to my interest. And I wouldn't just watch random charts about other things.
So, for example, you might be interested in video game console wars, but ranking countries by COVID-19 vaccinations, maybe
like,
not.
So I wonder if you could split this into like a niche of like just things about video games, or just things about world health, or just things about, you know what I mean? Like, and there's still plenty of information you could cover.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if that would do better consistently, because these views are kind of all over the place. Some are really good, some are solid, and some are really low. And I think it's because they're kind of all over the place. I'm just wondering what would happen if you did that. The other thing is, this to me feels like it could just be a shorts channel. I don't know that I'd want to watch 4 minutes of a graph.
There are some shorts in here. I think they are experimenting with that, Travis, here and there.
But there's a couple here that was like a 4-minute graph video.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would ever watch it for 4 minutes.
I think what people try and do when it's like 4 minutes or longer, they'll enhance it by maybe adding other statistics to the side of the screen, or maybe like a news story. Like if it's over a timeline, they'll have a news story that connects to keep people interested. But I do see what you mean in the fact that I think these data visualizations can get very boring very quickly if you're not holding the viewer's attention.
Yeah, so it's an interesting channel. I mean, find out which types of graphs are doing the best for you. Do more of those and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, this one here, this is the standout one, the GDP per capita of G20 economies. I mean, maybe you can do G7, or you could do maybe more refined timelines before 1970, maybe riff off that idea. I would say I love these thumbnails. I think of the data visualization channels that I've seen, these are quite striking. You put some time into the thumbnails, which I approve of. And Travis, let's be honest, I like the channel name. I think it's memorable.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah. I think even the little avatar is cool. Yeah. I think the banner's cool. That's why I haven't mentioned any of that, because I'm like, let's keep it moving. Now it says Pie Chart September 2020. Is that when he started?
No, I think it was a year ago, but maybe that was just a quote he used at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Now here's what I'm going to say about data visualization channels. I think this channel, Data is Beautiful, was I guess one of the pioneers, because they started doing these over a year ago. And look at the views here, like they're all 1 million plus, which is astonishing. And what I feel like is that the saturation point for these data visualization channels was reached very quickly. Like how many YouTube channels can sustain this type of idea? And I think it's very few, because once you've seen one, then you've pretty much seen them all, and it's whatever channel has already managed to establish themselves very quickly in this space. So I like the idea that the data, what they're called again, I've forgotten the name, Pie Chart Pirate has tried to use maybe slightly different ideas with the pie charts instead of the graphs. And as you say, some are working, some not. And, the views aren't too bad.
No, they're actually pretty good for that size. So I'm not tearing down the channel at all. I mean, I'm just saying that, I'm unsure what the growth pattern would be for a channel like this. But if it does exist, I suspect it's just like most other channels. Give us something that's a little bit more refined niche-wise, and let's see what happens.
And the final thing to maybe suggest here is that, given that you're a data channel and you can maybe share interesting things, try and use the community tab a bit more. I feel as if voting
wait a minute,
polls.
Hold on. Was that a joke? Scroll up. Thanks for 10K subscribers. But 10K subscribers 2 weeks ago, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So they've grown it. Yeah.
10,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. That's pretty good for a channel this size.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would say use, do more votes, but do it on a daily basis. You can get so much power. I'm going to show you how powerful this community tab is in a short while.
Well, you know what's interesting? I'm going to show you an actual coaching client who is using the community tab and blowing it out of the water. Like, it's crazy how good they're doing.
Oh, cool. Well, let's just go. We'll go back to that in about 5 minutes, because I have a channel I want to focus on with that. So that is Pie Chart Pirate. So if you found this useful, like whether you are the Pie Chart Pirate or any other channels, make sure to give us a like right now, because we've got 650 people watching. Woo, that's a little bit of a record. But only 422 likes. So that's disappointing. That's devastating. That's humiliating. You need to fix it right now. At the same time, if you're not yet subscribed and you find this interesting, then if you subscribe right now, look on that bottom right-hand corner, you'll see your name appear in lights and wonderful twinkly things and whatever. That might mean that a lot of people just unsubscribe and then resubscribe to get that to appear on the screen. If you want to do that, go right ahead. Let's move on to the next channel. That was the first non-gaming channel. Dan, I want you to tuck your teeth. I don't even know if that's a phrase, but tuck your teeth into carbon gaming.
We looked at this one just like last week.
Well, we did.
Mythbusters?
I don't think we audited this channel last week.
A Savage one then, Six? I remember the Mythbusters thing.
I'm sure we haven't audited this channel recently. We may have done a few weeks ago. But
this was definitely a Savage one. I remember.
Yeah, okay. I think they may have been Savage, but we need to give them some props here, because Dan, just first of all, see if you can work out what's going on with this channel, and I'll let you know a little bit more about this one.
This is a shorts channel. It's blown up, isn't it?
Yeah. Why is it blown up? Tell us more. I don't want to talk for the entire 2 hours. Help me out.
I remember talking about the Minecraft glitches and stuff, and we were wondering if there was more they could do. I remember even talking about the diamonds and the netherite, or whatever it's called, and how many times can you make this glitch work and get people really interested in it. So I really wish I remember where we've seen this channel before, or when we saw it before.
Yeah, it was a Savage audit last week.
Okay. yeah, this is an example, I think, of a Minecraft channel who is really taking advantage of YouTube Shorts. I think it's just a Shorts channel, but they're making really nice thumbnails still for the folks finding this in search. And they're not making shorts to promote. Notice this, folks. They're not making shorts that are promoting you to come to their channel and watch their longer videos. They're not making, they're not making shorts that are just Let's Plays and there's not a whole lot going on. Each one of these stands on its own, and you're going to get something out of it, whether you're going to get value in learning how to make a doorbell or you're going to be entertained by seeing how these glitches work. They have their own beginning, middle, and end. They all stand on their own, and this is how you should be doing YouTube Shorts.
I think this is also an example of how a template of a perfect Minecraft thumbnail, in the sense that we have nice big objects that you can clearly see and identify, maybe an arrow pointing to it, maybe not. Then when you use text, they're using a white background so that it's emphasized, but at the same time it's not too distracting because the text isn't over the graphics themselves. It's positioned well. I mean, and Dan, you often talk about, was it negative or neutral space and how to fill that appropriately, and I think this channel is doing exactly that. And this is for YouTube Shorts, where you don't necessarily need to make thumbnails, but this channel wants to make sure that they maximize the potential views wherever this content is engaged. Now, I'm just going to show you another quick vidIQ tool here. Hopefully, this was working a bit ago. Yeah, so this is what they've done, right? This is for the last 6 months. And as you can see, it's a hockey stick growth. So this proves that you can start a channel in 2021 about Minecraft, or not be having much traction until 2021 and then see your channel absolutely blow up, because their view counts have increased by 43,000% and their subscriber rate has increased by 12,000%. I mean, before, so in June they were getting like 60,000 views a week, and now they're up at 14 million views a week, which is absolutely incredible. Now, Dan, the one thing I will go back to a little bit here is you said you thought it was a shorts channel. That's not strictly true. This is one of the maddening continuing things about YouTube Shorts, in that a lot of these videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, if not sometimes millions of views, but then they will try and do shorts and they'll get kicked in the face with view counts of like 3,000. Actually, on this channel, it's not too bad, because like this one with 4 minutes, 28,000 views. So they're not doing too bad. But again, like when you know you're going to get hundreds of thousands of views from the shorts, but then you're only going to get 6,000 views from long form content, even though you're going to earn more money off it. That again tells me that people who subscribe perhaps through YouTube Shorts, either YouTube automatically ranks their interest in the long form content in terms of recommendations at the very bottom of the pile, right, or that because you can't turn on the notification bell when you subscribe through Shorts, it just makes these YouTube Shorts subscribers of such a weird, impossible to tell value. But having said that, this channel is doing a nice mix of shorts and long form. They're not giving up on long form, and they are getting views here and there, which is helping them. I mean, if we were to give some more advice about YouTube Shorts, what could it possibly be in terms of turning it into long form content?
Well, I wouldn't change what they're doing necessarily. What I would do is it's all about tempering expectations, I think, in this case. Like, you still got 22,000 views on an 8-minute video, which is going to equate to some ad revenue. If you're trying to turn this into a business, you are doing a lot of things right. You can't make money off of the YouTube Shorts, at least not through AdSense right now. So you need to be making those long-form content pieces on your channel, and understand that you're not going to get 1 million views on it simply because it exists on YouTube the way you would have done a short, just longer. Yeah, that's not how this works. And I know as time goes on, we're going to learn more about it, and things are going to kind of make sense. You could, if I were to give any piece of advice on how you can repurpose content, you could do one of two things. You could take a longer video where you show 8 glitches, for example, and then make each one of those a short. Or do the opposite, where you take the best glitches. Maybe that's what you did in one of those videos. You take the best glitches, cram them together in a long-form video, and do it that way. But you're making content for the audience. That much is clear. And wow, what an evolution here.
Yeah, I've scrolled down here. Just it's interesting that they were covering a different game, actually, Ark, 8 months ago. But it looks as if they already had some established presence as a long-form creator. You know, we're getting like a couple of thousand views here and there on videos. And that doesn't really seem to have changed. Like, I'm seeing views here of 17,000, 6,000, 1,000. Kind of similar to what their long form content is getting now. So even though the channel is increased by almost 100,000 views maybe, and at this point tens of millions of views, it's still not really transitioning that well into long form. And as you say, this just seems to be a current dilemma of the shorts versus YouTube content creation. But if you want to earn money, then obviously you need to be in that long form position.
Yeah, shorts are just too new, and it really is going to come down to expectations until YouTube continues to develop this feature. There could be a point where they're done developing it. They just release it as it is, and it's in beta, though, so we just can't say for sure how they should proceed. I think they should keep doing what they're doing, though. You're going to hit 100,000 subscribers soon, which is awesome, and whether or not that means you're going to get the same amount of views that a, quote, normal channel would get at 100,000 subscribers, it doesn't matter, because you're going to be increasing the size of your outreach no matter what. It's just going to mean different things for different channels.
So in terms of content, folks, if you are a Minecraft channel, and I bet there's at least 50 Minecraft channels in the live stream right now, because we audit so many Minecraft channels, check out Carbon Gaming as an example of phenomenal thumbnails. Obviously, we're not listed the content, but the content must be delivering as well. Watch the content, see what they're doing right, and aim to pick the best parts of this channel and put your own spin on that content on your channel. Now then, Travis, let's get to the community tab here. This channel with 85,000 subscribers is posting polls that are getting 300,000 votes. I'm going to take a random guess here and say that 1 in every 10 people votes on a community post poll, which means that the impressions rate or the reach of these polls is in the millions, probably fair to say. So this is another reason why you should be using, look, this person's doing polls almost 2 a day at this point. This is why you should be doing engaging content through the community tab. Travis, if you can just expand on the client that you were talking about and what they're doing to blow up, I can maybe go to their channel if
Yeah,
needs be.
it's Ink Thinks, but they're kind of doing it more in their niche though.
What was it? Sorry,
Ink Thinks. It's funny because they are getting really good engagement about their content. Some people are just doing this hacky thing where they're just putting up random things about nothing. But,
this channel, right? Just to confirm, yeah.
Yep. And at the community tab, you can see that the views, if you scroll down to where some of the things are, they've got 9,000 votes on a 12,000 subscriber channel. It's insane. Another 9,000 votes on a 12,000. It's absolutely insane. It's consistent. So you're not seeing these super spikes, but they're also niched. They're in their niche. They're talking about the actual games. 10,000 votes.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a 10,000 vote poll before.
And this looks as if it's been cultivated over, I guess, months at this point, but posting on almost like a daily basis, hitting, I guess, the Discovery community tab search engine, whatever that is. And yeah, seems to be, a month ago they were at 6,000, so they've already started to leverage this in a very powerful way.
Yeah, I don't know. We're still trying to figure out if this is more like shorts where there's not like an exact benefit. Like, is there a direct benefit? There doesn't appear to be, as far as like views to videos, but it's not a bad thing to have your channel come up recommended to more people.
I think any exposure while somebody's exploring YouTube is better than none at all, as long as it's productive in some way. Since we're talking about the community tab a little bit, let me just give you a couple more examples of what we've been doing. Because Dan, you sort of, that's my old channel. Whoops. Let's not go there. I haven't done anything on that channel for a while. This one here, this is actually our channel. Dan, you sort of gave me an idea here to do almost, what do you call it, like community poll trolling?
Poll trolling, yeah.
Which is whereby you give the community a somewhat of a silly poll where, a lot of people may vote for one thing, hardly anyone's going to vote for many of the options, and then you have an other which forces them to comment. And so we have a voting poll here with 30,000 votes, 2,500 likes, and like 2,000 comments. And to get a ratio of comments to likes like that is pretty incredible.
Yeah. It's kind of all about creating polls. You can do it, the way I call it poll trolling, it's just for fun, But you could make a poll that isn't trolly like this one. Like we did very broad niches, and then we threw Minecraft in there because we know that like people are going to have to comment and say the game they're playing, And you could troll it like that, or you could just create a poll that just forces people to comment simply because there weren't enough options, like 4 options and then an other. That's not enough to choices. And so people are going to comment and conversations are going to start. And so now you have this really engaging poll on your channel.
So that is a bit of extra tips and tricks there about the community tab if you wish to use it, and of course if you have access. We are 33 minutes in and we've audited 2 channels, so we probably need to get a bit of a move on here and start auditing. Oh, you want to see that later?
Oh, we're up to this already.
No, not just yet, not just yet. We do a tweet every single week, which is a caption or an image of something, and then it's up to you to give us a funny response, and the funniest one or the most entertaining one leads to a channel audit, and it is Tech PhD who had to do something with this image this week. I just want to note, by the way, I do not have really hairy arms. It was a filter that made it do that. That seems really weird and concerning to me.
The really hairy arm filter? I must have missed that one.
I mean, look, can you see?
Or I
can you
just
see
always
that
have
hair?
it on.
It just doesn't exist. Anyway, that was the tweet, and the winner this week was Tech PhD, who said the number of times I've forgotten to mute my mic during online lessons, and yes, I can certainly attest to that, or more, where I've forgotten to unmute my mic, which I've done at least 80 times on this live stream. Let's audit Tech PhD. I think we'll start again with Travis, because it looks like a tech channel, something to tuck your teeth into this time.
Felt like we've done this channel before. Maybe I'm wrong. So tech is kind of I mean, obviously I know a little bit about it. It's kind of a difficult niche. It's a little bit crowded with some really very talented creators. So it's definitely hard to kind of break out. Looks like this particular creator just over 1,000 not too long ago. Congrats. Looking to get into reviewing some stuff. So I like, this is kind of interesting. So they're doing a little bit of reviews and then also some commentary stuff, which, you know, I dabble in as well, because it's, A, it actually ends up doing pretty well if you can get in front of the right people, and B, it's a lot cheaper than buying stuff. Talking about it and not having it is awesome. Some pretty good videos. So there's one about the Pixel 4a that did well. You know, I guess my advice specifically for a channel like this is look at the devices that are doing well for you and try to stick to those for a while until you get a little bit bigger. Trying to go head to head with some of the big channels is going to be difficult. A lot of microphone stuff.
Yeah, audio is jumping out a little bit here.
Yeah, so, and there's a little bit of like iPhone-ish type stuff too. So, you know, there could be, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of iPhone there and a little bit of microphones, which is interesting.
I don't know if Jeff's here yet, but he's niched down his channel to, I think, wireless earbuds almost exclusively. And his channel is just hit 50,000 subscribers, which we mentioned earlier. I guess there is always this question though, Travis, that sometimes because there's they don't have access to all of the tech because they can't afford it, or because companies aren't willing to send that type of stuff to them just yet. Do you feel as if you're almost like chewing off your nose to spite your face, in like, you know, I'm just going to review the tech I have in my possession until I can get these better deals, so to speak. This one, for example, kind of feels like a company contacted they've either bought this from Amazon or a smaller company's contacted them and said, do you want to review this item for us? Because who is interested, or how many people are interested in one of these multi-hub things, I guess, for a review? Not that it's a criticism, it's just like you review what you've got in front of yourself. So yeah, I'm counter-arguing there, but if you want to counter-argue back, please do.
No, I think it's good. Yeah, and also, I don't even know what that device is. The picture's kind of difficult. I mean, I can kind of tell now, but by the name, I wouldn't know. Like, that doesn't tell me anything. So you need to put something contextual in there. And phone equals PC, I really don't understand what that means. So you need to come up with something that's going to let me understand more about what that video is about and tickle my fancy with it a little bit. Like you've done with some of these other ones. Some of these other ones are titled really well. Galaxy Buds, should I buy the Pro? That's a question that I guess I can only be answered by watching that video. That's a great way to title it. But just doing real EQ, real EL, I mean, like, I don't know what that is. So yeah, think more in lines with, you know, you want the SEO for the title of the device, I suppose, but also make sure you're putting a human hook in there.
So I would be saying, given your channel size, which is 1,200 subscribers, these 2 videos about the Galaxy Buds performed consistently for your channel, I would be trying to leverage that into a series of 5 to 10 videos. Just eke out all the information you can about that device and become an authority. Because I don't know, someone like Jeff or like MKBHD, they may cover this in one video and then move on to the next thing. Whereas you can be the consumer champion for people who want to learn about this device. And as you say, if you make more videos on one piece of tech, it's going to cost less as well in that sense. What do you think about the thumbnails generally? I think there's kind of a mix. There's some really good ones. Like, as I say, I think this was a very stylish style thumbnail. But as you say, Travis, this one loses a bit in translation.
Yeah, you need to get a little bit more consistent style. If you look at certain tech channels, you'll notice they have a style to them. Dave 2D is one particular person that does. Whenever you see one of his, you kind of know what you're getting. You know it's his.
Yeah.
Even MKBHD has kind of a style to his. There's just a lot of people that have a particular style to their content, and yours is kind of all over the place. I wouldn't necessarily know one of your videos just by your thumbnail. See if you can come up with a branding style. Some of these are really.
Yeah. They're of a good standard right now, are they, as you say, but getting your own personal style is probably the next phase of your evolution.
Totally agree.
Let's move on then. So that was Tech PhD. Thank you for the tweet. And as always, what we'll do at this point is we'll type in hashtag channel audits. So we'll see what you're going to provide us for memes of the week this week. And the volunteer this week is going to be none other than the wonderful Dan C. So Dan, I've given you half an hour to think about this. Are you ready?
Sure. So
what you're going to do... No, not that one. What we're going to do here is Dan is going to pose for the next 5 to 10 seconds. You want to clip this as many times as possible, take screenshots, turn them into memes, send us the tweets, and some of you will get picked for audits later on. Dan, go. Hashtag not sponsored. Can we just make sure we're aware of this? All right, that's enough of that, Dan. Thank you very much. Let's move on to auditing some more channels. The next channel we're going to look at, if I make sure to share our screen again, it is Dime Store Adventures. I'm going to go back to Travis very quickly for this one. Very quickly, Travis, without really thinking too much. What do you think this channel's about?
I would think it would be like a dime store, like a Dollar Tree kind of channel where you go in and try to find deals or something.
I thought it was exactly the same thing. Now look at the thumbnails. What do you think the channel's about?
Something about outdoors, which doesn't. I don't know. I actually don't know.
All right, then. So we feel as if there may be a disconnect here between the value proposition of the channel and the actual content that they are showing to their audience. Let's go to the About section. Oh, going on trips. So what I think for this channel to begin with is that they perhaps need to reposition their channel name, and it might be something like Adventures on a Dime or similar, because it feels as if you're trying to do budget travel adventures, not as Travis and I thought, going to the Dollarama, Dollar Tree and buying really cheap stuff. And so that's one of the really important things about first impressions and trying to work out what your channel is about immediately, whether I'm in the right place, and channel name versus channel content just didn't quite match up there. Let's bring in Dan C then to maybe talk a little bit more about the content itself, if you've got any thoughts.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this video. We're ranking state flags, ranking the U.S. state flags in the snow. It has 4,000 views.
Yeah.
It's from a week ago.
Interesting.
And it just seems so off-brand compared to all the other videos that are on this channel. And now it's blown up compared to these. Is that the most popular one? Can we see?
Let's check. Not the top, but almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I don't know the context of this video. Obviously, it's still outdoors, but where do you go from there? You know, is that something you can double down on? Maybe you tried posting it somewhere else just to see what it would do. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of, and I know this would be a lot different than what you're doing now, but I like the idea of Adventures on a Dime. It's, you know, people basically, anytime you can make a channel that helps people do something like travel, you're probably going to be in a good place in terms of views and interest in that content. And maybe you can still have, there's obviously antics here, so maybe you can still have your antics but you take a minute to show people like, so I got this, I got this plane ticket because I was on this website that has good deals on plane tickets, or just give people a little bit more value, and then you can make the title and the thumbnail a little more related to how to travel to here on a dime.
The subscriber to view ratio is actually quite encouraging. 350 subscribers. We're getting views healthily in like the 150 or above, sometimes matching if not exceeding your subscriber count. So it feels as if your community is certainly sticking to you and liking your content. And as I think both myself and Dan have just said, it's like maybe just refining and focusing and being better at delivering a message to YouTube so that they can find a bigger audience for you in the long term. Any final thoughts maybe about the thumbnails? Do you think they're good, bad? What about the text?
I think they try to get a little tiny bit too much in each one. I mean, they're putting themselves in it, but I mean, you got the one in the middle here, like the first pond at Fort Nature, and it's the negative space there was filled in by some text, but there's not a picture of a pond or anything. It's just kind of, it's a person at a table, so it seems like kind of meme content, and a lot of these have that kind of feel to them. So I don't know, the thumbnails, there's this disconnect between the thumbnail and the title that is throwing me a bit.
Alrighty then. So that is the Dime Store Adventures. I'm seeing now that I have 5 people in my Zoom chat. So does that mean Jeff's arrived?
I believe it.
Yes, it does.
Hey, Jeff. Hello. Welcome to 50,000 subscribers. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir. And
Congrats.
your reward is to audit the next channel all by yourself. And that channel is going to be Thomas Potter. Who have we got here?
Thomas Potter, please sub. I like it. He's very straightforward. We know what he's looking for. So he's hitting you right in the face with that. So awesome, man. But not exactly sure what's happening on this channel yet, because it just says Thomas Potter and his name is Thomas Potter, but it's not telling us what his value is, the value proposition. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Looks like he's working with Blender. I do see the Blender logo on a couple of videos and in some of these titles. So I'm thinking that maybe he is doing some sort of Blender tutorials, but not sure exactly what is happening here.
So our guess would be, without a value proposition, it is Blender tutorials. I think that's the closest we can probably go. But the titles themselves don't necessarily lend themselves to educational style Blender content. So I don't know, is this Blender Let's Play, if that makes any sense? Like you're just playing around in this tool and this is what you create. If so, what's in it for the viewer potentially? That's something that you maybe need to communicate a little bit more in the content. I'm encouraged though that you are like sticking to Blender throughout all of your content, and it looks as if the final results, just looking at the thumbnails, some of these things do look pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like how it comes out.
Just looking further down, so a couple of these videos have performed well. Let's just sort by most popular and see if there is any pattern to the more popular ones.
He's got a lot of, his shorts he had 3 days ago.
Yeah. So there's a Blender shorts, maybe a potential there. I mean, I'm just looking at the titles and thinking, where's maybe the search or discovery intent? I know some of these videos have been discovered, which is great to see, but how could you make that happen all of the time? And it might be how to block out a female character in Blender. Just adding that how to idea to your titles is really going to reform and reshape how you want to pitch the video to YouTube, if that's your intention.
Right. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do the how-to title if you're not actually doing a how-to video. So we always want to be careful with that we're not clickbaiting, because if I'm looking up, how to use Blender, how to, Blender for beginners or whatever it might be, then I'm definitely going to want somebody to, walk me through, hold my hands and show me step by step how to do something. If you're not going to commit to that, then, always be careful with that titling.
In a sinister way, we now have 666 people watching this live stream. Also, thank you to the next person who donated $5 to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. Again, YouTube is not helping me at all by not including the channel name. They've just shown me an icon of somebody who sat down on a sofa, crossed legs. So whoever that is, thank you for the donation. Dan H, what's Discord? I've given you a new screen. You're welcome. Why have we got Discord on screen right now?
Oh, there we go. Nice to jump back in here. To talk about that last channel quick, I know Blender is coming out with some new updates soon. So even if you're not doing how-to stuff, updating some new videos to show how to people or to do things in the new version, always going to be a plus.
Lovely.
So jump in though. Discord is a 24/7 vidIQ community where all the creators who are highly engaged members of our community, who are people in this chat, who are moderators throughout the community, come, they talk, they give advice, they give feedback. And it's a wonderful place for you to connect with people who are in the same situation you are now, trying to grow their channel, or in a situation where they've already grown their channel and they're in a place that you hope to be. And it's a good place to connect with people like me and Dancy, and every once in a while, Savage and Rob, because it's a direct access to us. So we have a thriving and growing community.
How big are we now?
Right at 6,000 members.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So not the 666 number that we have here in the live stream. So hopefully that number has changed, but another 6 entering the equation here with 6,000. Now I said, don't trust our math, but I'm pretty confident on this.
And who have we picked this time? Because I messed about with my tabs and I can't remember who this chosen person was.
No problem. I mean, one of the benefits of it is that we are across social media, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. So the same people who are in our Discord are very active and engaged across the landscape. So I chose the channel You Learn this week.
There we go.
He goes by Michael Chow on our Facebook group, is super active in helping us there in terms of answering questions, posting comments, and occasionally spotlighting some of the spam that I miss in some of the comments. So thank you so much to him. And as a active member of our community, every week I give out a free channel audit here in the live streams, and he is the recipient of it this week.
Now, Jeff, since you've managed to just reply to a tweet, as I see now on a notification, it sounds like you're not really paying enough attention. So can I just ask, what were you doing before you came onto the live stream?
Well, actually, I was taking my brother to get his medications.
Because we asked the audience what they thought you were doing, and what was the answer again? What was the combination there, Danny? Was eating pizzas while
you were evading taxes while you were eating pizza. What was there was a third one.
Yeah, there was a third element to that.
COVID safety.
We're violating what?
COVID safety measures.
Yeah, you were doing all of the things.
No, it wasn't anything that glamorous. We just had to take I had to finish up a call and then I had to take him to the pharmacy.
All right then. Well, you're on double duty here. I'm going to let you start auditing this channel as well, and then I'll give you a reprieve and let someone else jump in.
Let's see here. So it's the You Learn Fostering Creativity in Minutes. So youlearn.tech. So I'm not. Does this kind of seem to you guys like a school of some sort?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Okay, so it looks like it's for graphic design. So Michael Chow. Okay, so he's a graphic design instructor. It looks like he's going through and doing logos or evolution of logos, how to use Adobe XD wireframe, how to create wireframes to mock up in Adobe. So there's a lot of how-to. I'm seeing like how to use InVision, how to create YouTube Shorts and Apple Keynote. So it looks like there's a lot of educational content going on here, but the only thing that kind of throws off a little bit, at least for me, is that there's no consistency in the thumbnails. Excuse me. So a lot of it's a little bit different, like they all kind of have their own style, but maybe he's going for that on purpose. Maybe he's going for that logo look for whatever brand he's referring to.
I would also mention that there's perhaps a lack of consistency in the programs that they're looking at, because I think you just mentioned there was Keynote and then there was InVision, like two pretty different pieces of software, and how much you're going to use one versus the other. And we've seen channels that mostly focus, like we know there are channels dedicated solely to Microsoft Excel or dedicated solely to Photoshop. So I'm wondering here if it's worth sorting by most popular to see if there is a particular program that's standing out here in terms of what might be popular for this channel. So just maybe focus down on a little bit.
It's like Illustrator were the two biggest ones, but one of them's 5 years ago and one of them's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe worth unless they have already done it, it would always be worth. If you had a successful video from a couple of years ago, you can always update it. If there have been, significant updates in the past year, it's always worth going back and trying to double down on success from before.
And then perhaps maybe the strength isn't necessarily the teaching of the programs. It's design of logos, because I'm seeing logo come up a number of times here in your top 10, top 12 performing videos, like how to extract a logo, 75 best negative space logos, 5 types of logo design, Nissan new logo shorts. I'm wondering if maybe there needs to be a slight repitching of a channel, like it becomes a brand logo design school as opposed to software tutorials. Any thoughts from any of you about that potential slight pivot for the channel?
The logos seem to be their take on shorts, and since they're a graphic design channel, I guess that they feel that this is on brand. You know, the evolution of the logos. I want to go back to what you were talking about with the fact that they cover so many programs. I feel like this person or this channel uses all these different programs, and so it's easy to go, okay, how can this fit into your graphic design? You can always tie it back, you know. But the thing is, I think if you were to subscribe to this channel and you were trying to learn Illustrator, so I see a video here about learning Illustrator, but then it seems like there's a really long time before we come back to it. So I think this channel would benefit from focusing on one software, and then maybe later you can branch out. But we do feel like it's all over the place. I can see the tie-in. I can see how one would feel like this is related to the same topic, but it's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, let's just try and work it out. So the last video they made on Illustrator was 6 months ago, Dan. And then the next one was 9 months ago. So there was, as you said, like just from the titles alone, there was a 3-month gap between 2 programs. How is a viewer or potential subscriber gonna react to this? It's gonna be frustrating if they want a series of videos on how to learn how to do something. And this does come into the question of, would this be better suited on a learning platform like Thinkific or Udemy or etc., in that maybe this is just a league magnet. You do like a detailed 50-minute introduction to using a program, and then you have a course that you're going to sell somewhere else. But I'm not seeing that too strongly. I don't know if you is a website, ulearn.tech, where you want to be bringing people in for more deep learning. But it just doesn't seem to be working in terms of keeping an audience right now. I don't know how many subscribers have you got. I'm guessing somewhere in the hundreds, given the view counts here.
If you were trying to develop a course on any one software here, you'd have to focus on it for a bit. You wouldn't be able to bounce around so much, and that's, I think, the problem. When we're trying to educate people on a piece of software, we really do need that focus. Especially the students of that education are really going to require a strong dedication to that topic. Yeah,
let's just go through a timeline of the last month of videos. So logo video about Apple, another logo video, something about shorts, and then logo videos. And each of those videos gets over 100 views, the logo ones. And then you go into program design, InVision. I guess that's or is that Sketch? Is that a program? InVision, Adobe XD, logos, Adobe XD. So yeah, it just feels as if there's a lack of channel focus, I think, is ultimately. There is focus, but at the same time, there isn't enough focus for a very specific audience that you could really tap into for your content. So that is ULearn. Let's move on to the next channel, and I think this was one Travis selected. It is the Supercar Guy. And so what do you have, Travis, for this creator?
Well, you guys tell me what you think this channel is about.
All right, then. Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, let's see.
But don't look too deep, because it'll give something away, which I'm curious what you guys think.
Right. So I thought it was about, to begin with, like a muscle car enthusiast, but then I'm seeing these model cars in there as well.
Yeah.
It's somebody who, on the weekends, they go to people's houses, hang out in their driveways, take pictures of their cars, and run away. And during the weekdays, when they can't do that, they run into like the shop or something where they keep all their model cars that they collect. And take those,
Dan, you've been very scathing. Is this because something you did in a previous life or something?
I just thought it'd be funny. But I am seeing so many different cars and so many different settings, and then the model cars. So I am very confused by that.
Right.
And that's the problem, I think, with this channel is you're trying to get, you're thinking that you're under the same umbrella when really you're not. The people who are into supercars and those type of cars are looking for a certain type of content, and the people that are looking for model cars are into a certain type of content. And while it seems like they're the same, they're really not.
What about the 2014 Hyundai Sonata?
I don't know that that's a supercar.
Super value.
Yeah, well,
That's true. That's true.
fair. Yeah, it's a little bit strange because it's about cars. It pretends to be something that it's not, and I think that's going to make it difficult for you to actually get traction. I would pick a direction and stick with it. I don't know how you're getting access to some of these cars, or if, to Dan's point, you're going to people's houses or something. I'm not real sure what's going on. Channel you find car reviews, projects, repainting your GT. You could just do like a Ford GT channel and then talk about cars that are Ford cars and stuff, and not go around to Porsches and stuff like it. It's a thing.
Because we've covered channels before where it is just one. They just focus on one car, don't they? These niche channels. I'm just seeing if it's like let's see if it's a Ford GT channel. Let's filter by that and see what comes up. So like, yeah, the GT guys, looks like there's a channel here that focuses on just Ford GT. You kind of know exactly what you're getting from the channel name and the channel icon. And it looks as if it's mostly Ford GTs, occasionally going into other stuff. But you kind of know exactly what you're getting. Now, I'm not saying that this creator has access to this car per se, but they can still be a fan and be passionate of a car, as many people on YouTube are and are searching for, to kind of fall into that same community of really passionate fans about something. As you say, the supercar guy with a channel that unfortunately clearly doesn't have these supercars themselves. It just lacks, I guess, the expectation and credibility.
Yeah, because there are channels where these guys have tons of these cars stuff. I've actually dealt with some of those channels, and if you're setting up that expectation, it's not met, it's not going to be good for your channel. So figure out what's reasonable for your channel and what you can do, and then try to stick with that aspect of it. And then mixing toy cars, I just don't think is the right move. One or the other. I think the toy car is easy for you to get a handle on. I think you probably get access to those easier, but whichever is more your passion.
Yeah, I mean, is there a supercar models channel of some kind? I mean, maybe that. Oh, if I can spell it right. Let's try that again.
Well, there was a supercar models though.
Yeah,
There really is.
Wow, that's curious. There we are. Diecast Passion. This channel with 13,000 subscribers. Again, just a really cool channel name, so you kind of know exactly what the channel's about, and lovely thumbnails. And that allows them to show all different types of supercars, because it's a passion for the models, as opposed a passion for the models as much as the make and brand of the cars. Whereas our superhero is kind of in that middle zone where they don't know if they are a model channel or attempting to look at real life supercars. Yeah, really nice channel, this one. Nice thumbnails.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting channel, but definitely do the research, see what works best on your channel, and dig down into that.
Shall we have a look at supercar models?
Yeah, what is that all about? No, still cars though. People.
What is that? Are they making car models out of card?
That's pretty impressive. Of course, it was 4 years ago. Have they done any videos recently? We go to the video channel.
Just hang on, my computer's just exploding right now.
Uh-oh.
I think the graphics card's just decided to refresh everything. Are we still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know what happened then. Sorry, Travis, what was the question? Oh, have they made any videos recently?
Livestream was having
No, they just gave up. They made this Gallardo and then gave up.
Wow.
I know we're auditing channels now, but just not even on our channel, but on
Look
the
at
live
that.
stream.
Think about this. There are people in the chat right now that have more videos than this, and look at the video views on these.
Yeah.
If this person had not given up, where could they be today?
Exactly. Right, let's get out of this little rabbit hole that we've found ourselves in. Thank you, by the way, for the 616 people who are watching, along with 650 likes. I love it when that happens. And let me just show you what I'm working with here on the live stream right now. All of these people have super chatted donations, and I don't have names for any of them. So thank you, Dog, I think. Thank you, Anonymous, and thank you, Person Smiling with perhaps a golf cart in the background. Those are all your channel names temporarily. Next channel we're going to look at here is Flowers of the Wild.
Flavors.
Or flavors.
Sorry. That's me misreading, which I often do with channels. Thank you both for correcting me. I think I'm going to say one thing straight away. Your thumbnails are the best thumbnails I've ever seen for a channel with 50 subscribers.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Wouldn't we all agree?
Yes. The thumbnails are great. That's what I noticed. This channel submitted to us on the form, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, holy cow! Like, the caliber of a cooking channel that has 1 million subscribers. So very satisfying. I want to go to all these places and eat this food.
So this is a channel that has been on YouTube for a month. Their first video got 300 views, probably through the strength of that thumbnail alone. And they've kept the consistency there in terms of the quality of their thumbnails. The view counts are actually dipping a little bit, but that might be because they've just not been on YouTube for that long. So where perhaps might be, not necessarily the problem, but how can maybe they accelerate their growth here? Given that the thumbnails are fantastic, is it maybe the titles that aren't doing enough search and discovery work right now? For example, let's just pick out this one: fancy vegan lunch on the grill. Who's gonna find that in terms of search? Might be the challenge there.
Their latest video, 3 best beer snacks with dips. Like, this all seems like that would have been great content leading up to the Super Bowl, you know, and maybe with a Super Bowl twist to it. And then before that, it was gingerbread cookies, and then kimchi. So I think we might be suffering here from just like having a niche within the food niche.
It's too broad right now, Dan.
I think so, but the food follows trends too, like the Super Bowl example. I mean, maybe you could have made something for Valentine's Day. You know, it's very specific too. It looks like outdoor cooking is the draw here.
Yeah, I was wondering actually, do you, although these thumbnails are fantastic, do you think they set an expectation which is a bit intimidating for a viewer in that, well, I can't just cook my breakfast burrito outdoors in an open fire like this?
Yeah, it's a very unique way to do it, and just by the little preview we got there too, it's exactly what you think it is. They're cooking meals you could probably make in a kitchen, but they happen to be outside.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I want to commend the strong focus on these last thumbnails here on the top row. They don't feel as naturey as the ones on the next row, which I think is a good thing. I think the nature part should be the fun draw to this channel after you get into the content. But you're right. I think there's that intimidating factor of, I'm not going to be able to make pizza in a forest. You know,
Jeff,
how am I supposed to mimic this?
Jeff Travis, I'd love your input here. I'm worried that we may be getting too stuck on maybe
Yes.
I don't know, the thumbnails or whatnot.
I mean, I like the thumbnails for sure, 100%. I mean, pizza in the forest. I mean, come on, man. Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to enjoy a nice slice sitting?
Apparently,
under
you were before this
pine
live stream
tree?
while evading taxes.
That's what I was doing.
Out in the woods where they can't get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Off the grid.
You got to get off the grid, man. But I kind of like what I'm seeing. But I know what you guys are saying because the seasonality of cooking. So that's something that is seasonal. It does trend. So that's something that I would pay attention to as far as like, what do we have coming up? You know, I'm not sure where they're located, but I would be looking at if there's any holidays, anything that is coming up, any recipes that are really hot and popping right now. I'd be looking at that sort of stuff and seeing if that's something that fits into my repertoire, into my skill set, to see if I can capitalize on something that might be semi-trending. But there's always, you know, also, I don't know if because I know he says how I make kimchi. I don't know if these are how-tos or just kind of showing them and talking about them. But if it is how-to, like if he's going through or she are going through step by step, you know, that's something that I would definitely lean into and saying how to make, you know, blank. So that is something that I would definitely deal in. And thumbnail wise, I really don't have much to say because it's making me hungry. So, you know, those thumbnails are working.
Yeah. I think we may be trying to make predictions a little too early for this channel, given what they've got less than 15 videos out there. Hopefully you're going to have maybe a bit more traction and more data when you get to 50 videos. But it's just so welcoming. The thumbnails just invite you in, as you say. It's making me hungry. And all I'm going to be having is tomato soup for lunch. But this makes me
I could jump in here quick.
Yeah, go ahead,
Dan. To say, just from looking at the videos a little bit behind the scenes here, they look great. but I wonder what the retention graph is, just because he's really easing into these. It's a lot of like a nature shot, pouring wine, a little talking.
Okay.
Some of these videos, especially for tutorials and how-tos, people really want you to get into it. So I would experiment a little bit with just jumping right into the recipe, really giving the people exactly what they want, and let your personality shine sort of in the middle and as you go. Because I wonder if people are seeing these great thumbnails and really liking it, but then are a bit turned off by the slow pace of it. And I would experiment with that a little bit.
But do you think they are actual educational cooking videos, or it's more about the experience? From what you saw?
once you got into it, it definitely looked like it was
okay.
kind of a tight shot, cooking the chicken wings, really showing you an excellent recipe on how to do it. So I'm sure there's some personality mixed into it, but once the video gets going, it seems like it's more traditional kind of recipe stuff.
So maybe we're thinking about the audience retention, but also the hook, like checking the first 30 seconds of a video and seeing if people are clicking on these wonderful thumbnails, but maybe their expectation is not being delivered in the first few seconds and then moving off. So that's a good suggestion there, Dan. Thank you. Any final words from Travis, or shall we move on, Travis?
Oh, we can move on.
All right, then. What we're going to do is move on to channel shout-outs. This is where we just shout out a couple of channels because we want to get as many people involved in the live stream. This doesn't discount you from a channel audit in the random section of the next hour. But yeah, we just like to say hello to as many people as we can. So we'll start with Travis, and the first channel you are saying hello to is...
Balkan Car Habits. Cool. Balkan Car Habits. Is that Balkan is a Balkans, right? It's a place to go, right?
It's a region. And I always forget whether it's the region west of Russia in terms of Latvia, Lithuania, etc., or the Croatia, Macedonia, because I think they've got similar names. It's in Europe. Someone's going to correct me in the chat.
So if you're looking to get some car habits from the Balkans, we got Balkan Car Habits. And it looks like there's some shorts going on there too, so a little bit of everything, especially if you're into some cars.
All right, then. Certainly regionalizing your passion for cars, which, as you say, might find the right audience more appropriately. Dan C., you are saying hello to...
Undead Gamer 666. Subscribe for the funniest gaming... Okay, well, not moments anymore.
No.
We've given up on moments, but the funniest gaming period. Well, okay, it looks like you've had some success with shorts. Your one from 3 days ago popped, which is great to see. And wow, so it looks like the majority of your videos right now are shorts, doing some experimentation there. I still think if I would give you one piece of advice, stick to the Among Us shorts. They seem to be doing well for you. Or stick to just Call of Duty Mobile, but try and narrow it down a little bit because it's tough enough to get those short subscribers to come back. It must be really tough when you're switching games every single week.
Hello there to Undead Gamer 666. Jeff, I'm going to give you a bit of a challenge here. You're saying hello to...
You're muted, buddy.
Where's Jeff?
He's muted.
There it is.
Jeff.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Novo Ants, man. 2,000 subscribers. Ants, ant keeping, ant equipment, and product reviews. I love the fact that they have niched into the ant.
Oh,
niche.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I love it, man. And they're doing it. Look, you got ants in every single thumbnail. Amazing ant colony. They're doing product testing and reviews. So yeah, man, I mean, this is obviously going to be something very niche, but congratulations to you for finding a focus. There's not enough channels that are able to focus on something and just go after it. And I like what I'm seeing here.
I don't think we've ever come across an ant channel on YouTube.
Yeah, this is a first for me.
The one thing I'm disappointed in is that you haven't done a reaction to A Bug's Life, the famous Pixar film. I think that's...
Or ants.
Or ants. Those are two things you may be wanting to investigate. Also, I think thumbnails as well. Do we want to see more ants and less text?
Yes.
Because I don't think I'd ever hear that phrase be uttered, but yes, more ants.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, for a channel of 2,000 subscribers, okay, you got a healthy community there, which is awesome to see. Again, in terms of maybe a tutorial, like how to No, it wouldn't be how to run an ant farm. You're not like a business running an ant farm. But what would it be? How to care for an ant farm? How to? It's like, you know, you have earthworm farms as well. I'm just wondering what the right phrase for that would be.
How to maintain an ant farm?
How
let
to
your ant farm
maintain
thrive.
an ant farm. Oh, look, it does
Hey.
come up as an autocomplete.
I hope it's this guy.
Oh, how to raise an ant colony. Look at that. That's what's coming up. My
Well,
daily ant care.
actually, this is a big subgenre, isn't it? Ants Canada has nearly 4 million subscribers.
But look how big
those
that
ants
ant.
are.
Yeah, big ants. Terrifying, gigantic ants in a thumbnail. Oh, look at that one. So yeah, I think there's certainly some thumbnail game to be upgraded here. And also, I've just had another thought. Can you do some ASMR of ants eating things? Because we already know that tortoise ASMR is huge on YouTube. It's just a thought. It's just a thought.
That would take some incredibly powerful microphones, but something worth looking into.
It so would. It so would. Who have I not gone to yet? Dan H. Who we're saying hello to here.
Yes, our banana fandom continues to grow. The great Xena, lots of bananas in there. GZ, 98 subscribers. Looks like a gaming channel, but we got maybe some Nintendo, some Minecraft, something called Noob Destroyers. I don't know if that's a game or that's just a joke. But yeah, a little bit all over the place here, but it's a gaming channel. I like the looks of some of this stuff, though. And I love our hardcore banana fan base.
Experimenting with the shorts, and look at the traction there. They're picking up from views. Lovely to see. Well done to you, sir. And I am going to do the final shout out here to Zuvo. Congratulations, first of all, on just hitting 1,000 subscribers. I am a little confused by your channel banner. Are you in the same vein as Jonk, as a Stickman channel? The thumbnails from your videos seem to suggest not. And it looks as if you're another one of those channels that's just fighting hard in the Fortnite topic to try and find your foothold. If I sort by most popular, do I very quickly get an indication of where you might be wanting to focus on here with your contents? Let's see. It's the shorts that have done the best. Look like you've done some stuff with sniping and default skins. Those are all kind of titles and ideas that you may want to investigate more in future videos. And so that is Zuvo there. What we do next here at the channel audit live stream is we start to go random. So I think we'll do maybe a couple of random channels and then we'll go back to the tweets. Right, here we are. We are on our piggy bank and we're going to crack this open. Let me just check how many channels have submitted this week so far. We're up to 400 there and we're up to nearly 550 there. So as I say, we get nearly 1,000 submissions every single week and we try our best to audit as many as we can in this next hour. So the first channel we're going to look at is a non-gaming channel, since we just looked at a Fortnite channel, and that is 163. So let's take this one and paste it in the browser before Savage starts to ridicule me for my non-existent skills in doing that. And it's Dwayne Hamilton Artist, a living life creatively with 700 subscribers. Let's start off here with Travis. What do we see here for this channel?
Okay, it looks like we have another artist channel. We haven't seen many of these. Watercolor dominates this. I wonder if that would be, if that's kind of their primary art. Maybe that'd be a good idea for the name, Dwayne Hamilton Watercolor Art or something like that, just from the standpoint of SEO. But certainly putting it in your videos makes sense. How to paint, we have some just normal. It's interesting how some of the titles that don't necessarily give you any indication of what's going on actually done pretty well. 1,000, 2,000 views, some really consistent views here, especially their subscriber size.
Very consistent.
Basically means the content must be pretty good if YouTube is actually pushing it out there. Oh, there's a shorts that did pretty well.
Yeah, mix of shorts in here as well with long form content, and they all seem to be performing of a very similar standard. The consistency is something I've rarely seen. Wow, it's like everything is like between 1,000 and 1,500 views, almost everything.
Very, I mean, that's very rare, especially for a channel that's just starting out. Very impressive. Just a really good mix all around. I'm interested because I'm a little surprised that some of the thumbnails have worked as well as they have.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it always comes down to, did it do as well as it did in spite of itself? or is this actually the right way to have these type of thumbnails? And
Yeah.
on our channel, you would show more of the art and less of the text, but perhaps for this style, it's just working.
I'm just going to see what comparative thumbnails may look like.
Yeah, see, that's what I would expect.
Yeah, me too.
Like there's another level of skill here for these type of thumbnails, and these are the ones that I would expect.
So what we're suggesting here, Dwayne Hamilton, is that you seem to have nailed down something in terms of the consistency of your content. But as Travis says, we tend to see these thumbnails not perform that well. So we're just giving you an example of ones that seem to do really well in your space. Maybe experiment with just changing the way they look. Maybe trying to... I mean, this is the thing I always say. If you have thumbnails that have text on, just for 3 or 4 thumbnails, embrace the idea of not having any text at all on your thumbnails. It's a real challenge, yes, but it can open you up to so many more possible opportunities in letting the images tell the words, as opposed to, because that's what you're in the business in. You're in the business of creating content visually. You don't write text on your watercolors. I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of what you're kind of defacing your own creativity in the thumbnails, because maybe you think you need text in the thumbnails, often when it's just repeating what's in the title as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I mean, a really good start. It's hard to tell a channel that's this new, doing this well, that they're not doing something right. I mean, maybe there's something else you can do, but I think right now you're on the right path.
I agree. Well done there, Dwayne Hamilton, artist. Let's now pick a gaming channel. This is going to be 273. And we'll bring the 2 Dans into play, perhaps on this one, as we look at DP Brawler. Let's see what their channel is about. Okay, it looks like a new channel, 15 subscribers. How can we help this channel start off YouTube in the right way?
Well, let's see. Solo showdown gameplay. So it looks like they want to focus on Brawl Stars, which is cool. The first thing I would say is at some point in your journey, you may find a temptation to switch games. It's okay to play, especially when you're just starting out, different games to try and see what's working, what's not, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy so much. And, collect some data, figure out where your niche is going to be, and then find a game you can stick to for a long period of time. That's going to be my first bit of advice. Let's assume it's Brawl Stars. The next thing I would say is you're using custom thumbnails, which is awesome.
Yep.
I don't think this text is helping. I would have made these without any text at all. Maybe taken that character you have, just made it even bigger. And if there's any kind of action on the screen you can show in the background or something, throw that in. But taking the negative space and adding yellow text, it's really hard to read. It's not showing up too well. So those are my bits of advice.
The thumbnails are very flat in the sense that everything is in the same focus. The colors are quite similar. So as you say, it can be difficult to pick out various elements. Like here, you can pick out the character because they contrast nicely with the background, which is blurred out. But then this text, some of it's got a drop shadow, some of it hasn't. The yellow, green, lime color is kind of blending into the background. That's where we're thinking about how you can perhaps improve the thumbnails. But what I will say is, let's have a look at your journey so far. You've been on YouTube for 2 weeks. You already have a video over 50 views. You almost have 100 views total, and you already have more than 10 subscribers. So there's 3 starter milestones which you've achieved in the first 2 weeks, and you're hopefully going to have continued momentum. I mean, some channels that have been making games for over a year struggle to get 20 views in 2 days because they're kind of doing the same thing over and over again and not adapting and improving. And so you're obviously doing something right at the very start of your journey, DP Brawler. So well done to you.
What I will say is, just to jump in, Brawl Stars is a very competitive niche, right? There's lots of channels that are on here. So these do seem like gameplay videos. So if you love to play this game, capture as much content as you can, and then try and do a little bit more educational content.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find people who are new to this game. You know, I've only played it a few times, so I don't know very good strategies for each of these individual characters. And there's so many of them. So you can talk about the different strategies. You can talk about how to level up, you know, the best kind of pathway to level up specific characters. And those are going to be good ways for you to draw attention. Whereas gameplay is going to be super tough just because there are so many other channels doing gameplay things. And of course, it's a shorter game, so it also lends to sort of shorter videos. One of those obviously is 1.5 minutes. So that could have just been a short game. You played it and, you know, that was your content. But think of ways that you could play games and also develop content over the course of multiple games.
A way to get 10 plus ideas for anything in an instant is put your topic and add how to it. I mean, let's just do it for iPhone 12. There you go. There's another 10 ideas. Let's do it for somebody give me something quickly.
Pizza.
Nintendo.
Pizza?
Don't know where I got that one from.
You know, also, if you have a keyword that you're looking at and you do search it, when our tool pops up in the search window, you also get top related opportunities, and they will give you some other ideas where you can dig a little deeper.
Oh, Jeff, what a plug that is. Here we go. Like how to make home pizza, make pizza at home. How to make, look, people want to make pizza at home if you are a pizza channel. So there we are. More useful tools for you. This is all, I think a lot of this is free as well with the tool as well if you want to download it, but we also have the link for the 30-day free trial. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to press refresh, and who knows what happens. Dancy, you're in charge of this. What do you reckon? I'm just going to zoom in a little bit.
There's a bunch of good ones. There was one towards the bottom that...
Is that iCarly?
I'm not sure we'll be able to find.
Yeah, that reference is lost on me completely and utterly.
It's completely lost
but
on
that
me.
one isn't.
Yeah. There's one I think you'll like, Rob. I didn't see that one. Let's see. It hides certain ones for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why it does
keep
this.
going though.
Do I let this blimey?
I don't know what's happening.
Well, how has Ethan Reck found the time to do that? We've audited Ethan's channel several times before, I think. Oh, that's interesting. I like the way they've done that one.
Yep.
Come on, my internet. Why is it going so slow? I think, yeah, I like that one. But Dan, this is up to you, Dan. You got to pick the ones we're going to audit.
I do. I think we should pick that one, but not first. There's one I'm looking for. If we keep going,
yeah.
We should like reverse the order that these came in, because now I'm afraid it's kind of low on this list. People keep don't resubmit, please, guys. It makes it really tough to pick what we need to pick here. Here we go. That one with they've traded the cup in my head.
Which
one?
one?
You lost it. Where'd it go? Keep scrolling.
This one.
That one. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
And traded it with my head.
So we'll do Juan.
I thought it was
Ortiz.
funny.
Okay.
Travis liked it.
Yeah, Travis. We got a laugh from Travis. Whoa, that is a full-on channel banner. Is that one? Unfortunately, we don't speak. Is this Jeff? Help us. Is this Spanish or Portuguese?
No, it looks like Spanish. Tiene solo un buen video que es lo... What? I am trying to figure out what is happening here. It's almost like they're a YouTube education channel, but what?
Don't we say one value proposition?
I mean,
he's got all of them apparently.
This looks as if it's lots of things that have come from their YouTube channel. Like 76% of my viewers are not subscribers. I hope wow, have I just translated Spanish there by accident?
Yeah, no, that's what it says.
What happened there? How did
I don't know. Just like I got a flash of
Matrix
inspiration
moment.
there. Yeah. I don't know what the other one said though. Unfortunately,
I think vidIQ and Espanol work you've been doing.
I've seen some people do this where they post on their channel banner like how many views I get from subscribers, how many views I get from non-subscribers as a kind of hint to subscribe. So maybe this is a collection of things that are going to encourage people to subscribe. I'm with you. I'd much rather know what the channel's about rather than your YouTube, your current state of YouTube-ness.
He's in the chat and he said it's a meme.
Oh, okay then, right. Well, I do apologize if this is lost on us.
It's a dank. It must be a Spanish dank meme.
Yeah, Spanish dank meme. All right then. So just Juani, I hope I've pronounced your name right. I mean, view counts. Hello. They've not done many videos, but wow, when they do them,
Oh.
I don't know why I've lost the ability to translate YouTube channels. I used to have that button on Chrome, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I want to tell them to double down, but I don't know what to double down on.
Yeah, it really needs to get more consistency here because, I mean, yeah, we have one from a week ago and then 2 months ago and then 8 months ago, then 11 months ago. It's just like, man, for this type of content, unless he's doing something incredible and really spectacular animations and stuff, consistency, man. Because if you can get this kind of views on your stuff and your thumbnails are this good for a Spanish audience, which is already an underserved audience, then just consistency, man. Like, let's start getting it bi-weekly. Let's start getting it weekly.
I agree. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of potential here.
The milestones already. You've got more than 5,000 channel views. You've got nearly 500 subscribers. You're averaging about 1,200 views per video. It's clear that your audience wants to see more of your content. And I think, as Jeff said, let's set this target for you. Make videos bi-weekly, and then if you can, aim to make videos weekly going forward. Because they're relatively short. I'm guessing, let's see, if we mouse over, is a lot of animation going on here. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, so there is some danky meme stuff going on there as well. But yeah, make more content. It's as simple as that. We'll see you in 6 months when hopefully you could potentially have... Well, I would say if you make bi-weekly content, not biannual, bi-weekly content, I would say in 3 to 6 months you could have monetized your channel. So we look forward to seeing that. Dan, pick another channel. Pick another meme, sorry.
Okay. Let's do this Finding Dan one.
All right, then. This was submitted quite a few times. I hope nobody stole it and we're auditing the wrong channel. Please don't do that, folks.
It is from earlier, so.
It really frustrates us. You haven't included your channel, Shooks Edits. So yeah, you submitted it quite a few times, but you've neglected to include your.
Maybe we'll go to somebody else. That's many more times than I thought.
Yeah, let's pick another one.
Yeah, please don't resubmit, guys. It's okay to, when you're asking questions during Q&A stream, it's different than memes, you know. Let's see.
I like this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've done this channel before. We may have. That channel icon seems familiar. Unlike anything we've seen before, with 23 subscribers, the experimentation in shorts, as usual, has provided a good result. I assume it's a short. Is it mostly Minecraft stuff here, Dan? Yeah. I love
it looks like they're
the
Minecraft
direction
channel.
of that thumbnail and that title.
Yeah. And this is going to be an interesting topic, too, because 1.17 is a massive, massive update to cave generation, which means finding diamonds and rare items like that is probably going to become a new, exciting process. So you posted that video a little while back. It didn't quite take off probably the way you were hoping. Let's see. Minecraft 1.17, how to find diamonds. There you go. So third result there. You could also do one about how to play, because a lot of people don't realize that you have early access to this if you play Java Edition. So you could talk about the differences between, you know, Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Java, and if you play Java, you can do the snapshot thing where you can actually play the new update right now, you know. So there's a lot of ideas there, and it looks like a lot of people are covering this.
So this is another tool I love from vidIQ. It's this thing that just shows you the subscriber count. So Minecraft, you just assume that whenever you do a Minecraft search, all of the channels are going to be enormous, like 1 million subscribers. It's Jeeth, I'm going to call him, is finding a niche in the 1.17 stuff. I mean, let's just quickly go to his channel. Is he just laying a smackdown with as many 1.17 videos? I wouldn't be surprised if the channel is growing rapidly, because look, I mean, that just gives you an example of channel focus on something, doesn't it?
Right.
Last 2 weeks of nothing but 1.17 Minecraft videos, and it's really helping his channel, I think.
Right.
Go back to 2 months ago, he was getting views in less than 1,000, and then the thumbnail evolution as well to get to there. Again, we're auditing a channel that's not actually on a live stream, but it's
okay though, because I mean, we found a Minecraft channel that's just starting out. This kind of thing isn't something that I ever did when I first started. I didn't look at all these other channels to see what they were doing, what I could be doing better. Like, this is stuff that people need to see, I think.
Yeah.
And we beg people to play one game, get focused, stay in a niche. And that channel was a great example of somebody who didn't just stop at Minecraft, didn't stop at one version of Minecraft. I'm going to cover this version, like from end to end, and they're following the news. They're following all the snapshots that come out. They're carefully reading the change logs. They're doing their research both on YouTube and in the game that they're playing. That's extreme dedication.
Dan, if you do a YouTube short begging, groveling people to focus on one game, I will put it on the main channel.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm not going to agree to that.
You're not
yet.
committing to that, okay?
I've been called scathing today, and I think I'll definitely fall into that category if I make a video begging people to stick to one topic.
All right, then let's go to some more random channels to audit. This is going to be a non-gaming channel since we just looked at a Minecraft channel, and we're going to look at Pi Notes. Now, remember, did I mention this briefly last week that there were channels that did like music soundboards?
Yeah.
This is an example of one using a mobile phone and playing stuff like Crazy Frog and Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. Interesting. Super Mario Brothers.
Got that channel focus.
Yeah, so definite channel focus, doing cover versions of music. My question is, what is the app called? Is it Pi Note? Right, so how popular is this app? I'm wondering if anybody's actually searching for it. Okay.
Oh, it's their channel name.
Yeah, I thought there was an app called that though, Pi Note.
It doesn't.
So that's
like
okay. So that's the channel playing the name of a channel playing the app, but I want to know what the app's called.
Right.
Because I feel as if we maybe need to shift the SEO focus to that rather than the channel, because nobody yet knows who you are as a channel. Anyone know what this app is called? In the chat?
You're absolutely right. Playing Crazy Frog on blank. Like, that's where I would start.
It's a very simple shift in title strategy, but I would love to know what difference it makes. Because the thumbnails are intriguing. Like, it's one of these where you don't need to show your face, and showing the hands is actually more important, and actually the hands covering the app a little bit to show you that you're in motion playing a song. I think these thumbnails are pretty cool, actually.
The first one that pops up is Drum Pad Machine.
Okay.
So, I don't know. And the titles are truncated. Maybe they threw it on the end of the title.
Let's just... Is it just called Drum Pad App?
Or Drum Pad Machine. Yeah, either one probably get us what we want to see.
Yeah, so do a bit of keyword research, because some of these videos in the past have got millions of views. Granted, it looks like this is a slightly old app as well, so who is searching for it right now? You may be in a dead search zone. Drumpads 24, that's interesting. Are they still posting videos? This looks like the channel that you need to aspire to.
Oh.
Is this the official channel?
I think it is.
It might be, yeah. But they're still kicking out content.
A lot of views.
Not from me. Also, I think this would it could tie into shorts as well, in that you do like little snippets of something. I know, like you kind of want to do the full versions of some of these, but maybe you can repurpose some of this content to do like the popular chorus or the most familiar parts of the music in a short, to try that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, change your titling strategy from your channel name to the app that you're playing, and experiment a bit with shorts as well. I think would be my advice. Let's move on to the next channel, which is going to be a gaming channel. This is 239. So I think this channel tells us that they are a shorts and trailers channel. Okay, let's see. I can't mouse over these to give the preview. I'm just wondering if they are literally showing game trailers or clips from games in a shorts format. Why is that the only thumbnail that's working? That's frustrating.
Yeah, that's weird. Plane versus Blimp. Interesting. So that Plane versus Blimp Grand Theft Auto short is kind of interesting because it's not one of these trailers, you know, and it's pretty unique. There's a big crash going on. It's probably a pretty interesting video.
So
the trailers are not doing nearly as well.
It looks to me like when you do object versus object in Grand Theft Auto 5, those videos are really successful. That is like a super slim niche at the moment, but to build out your channel, which you started, what, a week ago? When did this channel start? 23rd of February. I mean, again, this is incredible numbers for a small channel, and you're leveraging shorts, which is excellent to see.
There's a lot of objects in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you can crash into one another.
Now, the only thing I want to know here is that, can you see the previews here? Like on that one versus that one. There's a little watermark there that says HFX.
That's them. Well, according to the avatar, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So if it is their own content, then I applaud you for that. So maybe like trying a niche of... So it might be that you can take this out of Grand Theft Auto. What I would do is maybe do 20 to 50 videos, because it's so easy to do this on shorts, of objects versus objects in Grand Theft Auto, and then see if you can take that object versus object into another game, whether it be the terrible Metal Gear Solid 5, which I absolutely hate, or the quite brilliant Uncharted 4, and see if there are objects versus objects that you can do in them, because I feel as if that could be the unique selling point of this channel specifically.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one then. Let's go to a non-gaming channel, and I'll try and get Jeff and Travis involved in this one. 484. And yeah, I'm just gonna zip my lips up and let Jeff and Travis tackle this one.
You go ahead, Jeff.
So wait, hold on. So is this Polish Pepe? Is that what I'm looking at here? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Sure.
So please correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Pepe, or is it Pepe, or is it Pep? But sorry, I'm just going off on a tangent here. But I have no idea what is happening on this channel. So I'm not 100% here, and I also cannot understand what the titles say because I do not speak this language. If it's Polish, unfortunately, I am not Polish, so I'm not sure what is happening. It looks slightly dank memey, but could be Polish dank memes. I'm not sure. But I really have no idea what is happening here.
Yeah,
so I can't say.
I'm seeing a lot of comedy entertainment elements here.
Yeah. And short content too.
The video is doing really well. Each video is doing pretty well, like thousands of views versus the subscriber count. I think your content, as you say, Jeff, is already short, so it might naturally feed into YouTube Shorts as something you can test out a little bit here. Like I'm sure you could take from these 1 minute 30 videos, like a 15 or 20 second self-contained comedy clip, and use that as a short to test that out. I guess what we can say is that the thumbnails, although we're not sure what's going on in them because we can't really follow the cultural references here, they're not chaotic and silly. Like I know this might be something to do with buying silly things from AliExpress in some way, and this one looks to be about some maybe famous Polish person trying out different food or something. Because there's not text that's really dominating anything here. This kind of feels like a bit of a risque channel for us to go any further into detail on. just from one of the titles that I can see here that I don't want to try and draw too much attention to.
Tread carefully.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks as if, I mean, again, when we talk about milestones, if the first video on your channel gets nearly 20,000 views and you've already got 3,000 views in 3 months, you're doing something right for your audience, and you should continue to leverage that. 100,000 views in 3 months. I mean, any creator in this live stream now would be thankful for such great success to begin with.
I think we found Alexi's hidden channel. I think that's what we found.
Hello, Savage. You may be right there.
That's an inside joke for some people who don't know it.
Boom, boom.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what's funny, Rob?
Yeah, Savage.
It's really interesting. Every once in a while, I get stuck on some different TV shows. And you know what I've been watching lately? It's kind of interesting. It's called Catfish. Have you heard of that show?
I have, yes. I've watched it on occasion.
It's pretty compelling television. Let me tell you. It's where someone pretends to be someone they're not on the internet. I don't know why someone would do something like that. That just sounds stupid to me.
Absolutely.
Why someone would go on the internet and pretend to be someone that they're not. I can't believe that. Anyway, how is everybody today?
I was going to say, that sounds like a perfect 30-second Savage story that needs to be turned into a Jonk Stickman animation. Go wild with that. Yeah, everyone's doing fine, Savage. Yeah, good.
Yes. I'm hungry. So what do we got going on?
All right, then, if you're hungry, let's go to your students. Do you want to pick a student?
Let's go. What do we got? 32? Can we go to 32?
We do not have a 32. You've only got 27 this week.
Well, that's terrible. How about 15?
We'll go to 15. All right, so just to let the new folks know here that Savage pops in at the end of every live stream, and he offers an alternative viewpoint and opinion of channels, which vidIQ doesn't necessarily endorse or support because they're usually full of absolute rubbish. But sometimes useful.
Is it supposed to be crossfade, but they misspelled it?
Could be.
Crossfade?
Yeah.
I think is that Spanish? I don't know. Crossfade. No, that's Italian. I knew that. It's Italian. Crossfade. Thank you for joining the Italian Savage crew. We appreciate you. Let's see what type of stuff they got. Crossfade. Crossfade plays a game that looks almost like Mario, but is obviously the broke version. With Luigi, instead of Luigi, it's Luigi. Let's see this other dude. It's got a bird face guy. Man, I'm gonna tell you, this is a tough game to kind of help someone out with. Being toxic. Oh, it's Brawl Stars. I see. Brawl Stars for people who just can't get it together enough to play something with like Mario in it or so. You know, these are the people, the dredges of society that can't get their stuff together. Brawl Stars. 2012 called and they want their game back. Okay, what's the next one?
Your microphone called and just started working there, Travis.
What happened?
It just kind of went through a phase shift of audio there.
I think that's because your internet's messed up. All right, anyway, what's next?
What it is? All right, well, you want to pick another student? Go on then. Who's next?
Okay, let's go. What do we have? Okay, let's go 27, last person who's in there. Let's get that.
27 this time. Okay. No, let's pick another one because they're giving me a non-YouTube link, and I'm not going anywhere near that.
That's a savage trick that we use.
It certainly is.
26. Let's go 26 instead. But that was a nice try. 26.
All right, got a proper YouTube URL here. Yeah, please share your YouTube links because we don't know where we're going if it's not
to his OnlyFans. All right, Luke does everything. I post random videos on random days. You know, it's interesting. I was just thinking about this. Is a day ever really random? Isn't it very specific?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good point.
I feel like every day is very specific. Okay, we got 1,000 channel views. Congratulations. I jumped in lava. Probably a good idea. A red pillow that's 2 seconds long with 20-something views. 2 seconds, red pillow. You can't see what's going on. YouTube's great, isn't it? I mean, really, anyone can be a star. If you can do something like that, which is a total waste of time, and get some, look at this LOL with a white with the white, and that's what he called it, LOL. Good googly goo. Would you rather be Batman or Superman? That's a great question. Can we ask everyone on the panel?
Yeah,
this is a great
question, actually. Yeah.
What would you like to do, Rob? Would you be Batman or Superman?
I prefer to be Batman because he's got all of the gadgets and all of the money. Although Superman is immortal, basically. Isn't it ironic, as you say, Travis, this video, red pillow, 2 seconds, can't see what's going on, it gets 26 views. And then like a question that we're all going to get really engaged in now and waste 5 minutes gets only 5 views.
Because YouTube is crazy. It's trash. So what do you think there, Dan? One of the Dans?
Superman, probably.
Of course you would. What about the other Dan?
Yeah, Dans are in allegiance here with Superman. I mean,
he's bulletproof.
Superman would more than likely throw Batman directly into the sun in a fight. So I'm going to take that ability over, being rich and spoiled and a jerk.
But we've already seen this in the movies that Batman can create that big
Martha
grenade gun that just incapacitates Superman.
I gotta say, some of them, I don't believe some of them movies. I'm thinking that some of that stuff can't be real. I don't know what parts of it don't stick right with me, but I feel like I watch it, I go, Superman can't do that. Everyone knows Superman powers are.
I'll tell you what,
Kryptonite ain't real either, so technically he has no weaknesses in real life.
I'll tell you what wasn't real. The Justin Eisenberg, I've forgotten his name now. The guy who depicted Lex Luthor in the most
Jesse
recent
Eisenberg.
ones. Jesse Eisenberg, that was it.
Yeah.
It was brilliant in The Social Network, but I just didn't warm to him in the films. Jeff,
You guys are going to trigger DC Universe Studios.
I'm waiting for him to start piling in. Yeah, Jeff, Batman or Superman?
I would go with Batman.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
In a weird way, we've just doubled that video's views just by talking about this. So congratulations.
Yeah, shall we? Well, hang on. Let's. You're right. Let's put down
happened.
our answers here. Absolutely. So I went with.
How could this be a 7-minute and 30-second video?
I went with Batman.
I
Savage.
can't
Who did
imagine.
you? Savage. What's your pick?
Man, I gotta tell you something. Listen, I am, of course, Superman, and of course, I am also Batman, all wrapped up in one. I would like to be their baby. I would be Super Batman, is what I.
All right. Okay. Let me just change that. Super Batman. All right. So Dan, C, you both went for the Supermans, didn't you? Dan,
Yeah, he's not as exciting, but I still want to win the fight.
Superman, and Jeff went for Batman. So I think Superman. Oh no, it's basically a complete tie.
It was like you put Jeff Bateman in there for a second.
Anyway, there we go. We posted a comment on your video. Hope Luke does everything. You appreciate that. And we've just lost about 70 viewers while we've been doing that.
I don't blame him. I gotta be honest.
So this game is better than last week's game?
Yeah, well, I did have it up just in case we wanted to have a go.
In case we really want to torpedo the views. That's a great idea.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that because it has found a home in the community tab where people are really engaging with it quite well. So I asked people, where was it? Where was this? The latest one. Dreams YouTube channel or the population of Peru? And loads of people went for Dreams channel. And the actual answer was Peru, which is a population of 33 million people versus Dream, 19 million subscribers.
That's amazing. It's definitely where it needs to be, in the community tab where no one looks. I love it.
Well, 25,000 votes. Thank you very much, Savage. Let's audit an actual channel here, if I can remember which screen I'm on. Let's go for a gaming channel this time. 394. And it's going to be Ashes Aries, I believe the channel is called. That's the channel name, not the link. Here comes Savage. Oh, I've made a complete mess of that. What was that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the technical difficulty channel.
Sorry, I'm playing videos in the background, right?
I love it.
Okay.
Every time, every single week. Time and time again, the one thing you can always count on is death, taxes, and a mess up on the vidIQ live stream.
Can I mute Savage? Is there any way of doing that? Right, Ashes Aries. It looks like a gaming channel, Dan. Is that right?
I guess it's someone's idea of a gaming channel.
I'll tell you what, here's proof that I'm right. Hang on. A 2D version of The Legend of Zelda? Does this exist? Well, hang on. Stop everything.
I am highly, highly intrigued.
A lot of people remake things. It's probably a personal project that someone uploaded that Nintendo hasn't pulled yet. Or maybe they have pulled it.
I want this. Where do I get this game? And this is like 4 or 5 years old. Oh my goodness. All right, I know what I'm doing after this live stream. Anyway, what were we talking about?
100% Zelda says it's fan made, so he's the authority on this.
There you go.
Okay, I need that game in my life.
You would know. Well, it's not a channel about that.
It isn't. No, you're right.
1 hour long video with lots and lots of views. I wonder what the retention on it was, but 1 hour long. So we have a gaming channel that has no channel focus, unfortunately. That's just by looking at these thumbnails, I could be tricked into thinking it's a drawing channel where they draw like gaming, things like that. I don't know maybe it's a dank meme channel.
It looks like they just occasionally, every so often, they do a let's play on a game that they're playing and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah. This is one of the situations where I would love to know what kind of advice they were kind of hoping for. Let's see.
All right, so that right there, that is a value proposition. Like uncovering secrets in games, beautiful. I like the fact that I've learned from you that there is a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 2D, brilliant. I mean, imagine if you'd shown people how to find all of the secret things in that game and you'd followed on from there. Brilliant. That is your channel focus. Pick a game that you want to play on, show us everything there is to find all of the secrets. That's where you want to go next with your channel.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I don't think we can advise any further on that one. So let's pick a... How long have we got left? We've got a little while, so let's pick a non-gaming channel here, which is 2, 3, 5. Right, Savage, you're watching. Okay.
I mean, basically.
Paste, copy, and paste.
Tempting fate here. You need to settle down.
Seamless. All right, Jeff, I want to bring you into play on this one as it's a non-gaming channel. What do you reckon this is?
Looks like a pet channel
Yeah,
because
I'm wondering if it's like a animal sanctuary channel a little bit.
it's possible because I mean it's one tail, 4 paws. I'm seeing ferrets, shorts, parrots. So they got ferrets and parrots.
So that's
Thankfully they
10
rhyme.
times.
They've got dogs
Bars.
apparently as well. So yeah, I mean maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's kind of what they're running, or they just have a zoo in their home.
They have a zoo.
But I've known people like this.
Here we
So yeah. Wait, in an RV? Hold on.
So I don't get any real RV vibe in there, which is kind of gives them a very unique setting and position. I'm wondering if that needs to be sold a little bit more in their content.
Interesting. And there's some how-to content, how to bathe ferrets. So best travel bowls, camping and hiking. So it looks like how to trim bird nails. So they've got some how-to content for obviously for caring for your pets. That might be something very, very smart to lean into because there's always going to be new pet owners.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about something like parrots, I have friends who have, parrots in their lives, and those are, they have a very long life. So learning how to be how to take care of them properly and proper medical care and looking for symptoms and signs. Very smart. So that's something that I would definitely lean into is the how-to in caring of these animals.
So I'm just looking at the timeline of a channel, and it looks as if perhaps COVID enforced they took quite a significant break from like a year ago when it had some nice traction. Like you can see the view counts were in the thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, and then upon return, it's kind of killed the channel, hasn't it? They're down to hundreds of views right now, which is a shame. So I'm just wondering, how do they get that thumbnail there? Oh, my heart melts. So yeah, how do you think this channel can get back to where they were around about a year ago?
They can sign up for the Savage Academy, only $39.95 every 5 minutes. But if you mentioned that you were on the live stream, let's cut it down to $39.94 every 5 minutes. It'd be great. That'll work.
Thanks, Savage, for that.
Yeah,
Any thoughts, anyone?
Just being consistent is really what it's going to come down to. It looks like they are doing either weekly or maybe twice a week content. But I would double down on, if any of these how-to videos are older than a year, start making some of that stuff, start doing some updates.
Good point.
Yeah, or even updates after, they've been in this RV for a while, maybe updating that, talking about that. But I'd really, one of the things I would do, assuming that that this channel, this user has the extension, I would do the channel audit on myself, and I would start looking at what content did well for me and what's getting views, and really start looking at that and coming up with some topic ideas around my most successful videos, and basically just trying to double down on success, really.
Yeah, so very basically what Jeff was saying there is if you got the extension installed, you have this channel audit tool, and it will show you like almost a very quick report card of what's doing well on the channel. So I know that just by looking at the thumbnails and seeing the shorts icon, I know that a lot of our audience is reacting well to our shorts content, so we're focusing a little bit on that. But for you, it could be the ferrets or the parrots or as you say, the RVing content. Just to try and re-energize the channel, get it back into a good funk, because it just feels as if your break has killed the traction. But pre-congratulations on 3,000 subscribers, which you should be hitting very soon. Let's go back to the memes. Hopefully people just haven't reposted the same memes over and over again. And we got some new ones here that we can see. Right, okay. We did want to pick this one, didn't we? And they've now given us our... That's a good one as well, though.
DCU though.
That's a good one. But yeah, let's have a look at edits Shooks. I should have known what I was getting myself into here. This is a dank meme channel, isn't it?
Yeah, we ask for memes and we get dank memes.
Anytime I see liquefied faces on thumbnails.
I don't know. I've seen people look just like that. I think it's just something that happens. Or maybe I was after I drank some of that expired Kool-Aid that I had in the refrigerator at one time.
Channel is 2 months old, and they're getting some healthy views. Like each video is over 100 views for the size of a channel, which is less than 100 subscribers. So I think you're doing that well. Looks like you're trying to tie in popular culture, whether it be X Factor, although that's a bit old now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some fun stuff there going on. I like the thumbnail. I think the thumbnail quality is good.
Yeah, I think the advice for this channel would be to do this with more current content, because it like X Factor I think is pretty. I'm not sure they're still making X Factor, and things that are going to appeal more to just a broader audience.
But yeah, I mean Barbie's a constant, but not necessarily trending right now. And again, I think with these kind of what looks to be comedy channels and dank meme channels, as we often call them, there may be opportunities to take these relatively short videos and make them even shorter with a 15 to 30 second self-contained clip to turn into a YouTube short. All right. Did we have any more? Oh, I did like that one, but that's DC Universe's course.
Maybe we go back up at the top and refresh, or did we already do that?
I think I just done that, but I'll do it just one more time. That is... I don't know what to make of that, but it's giving me chills.
It's almost like that Lady and the Tramp vibe with the spaghetti.
Simple but effective.
Folks, if somebody makes that a thumbnail for one of their... I'm going to make that the thumbnail for our live stream next week.
Oh my gosh. It's hard to read some of the text on these.
Yeah, it's a typical thing of too much text.
Oh, that one's subtle.
That's a cool one. Can you
Now
see
it's
me
more.
there?
Yeah.
Can you see me? My pixelated head right now. What?
Nope.
Let's do that again. There we go. All right. What are we going to pick here, Dan?
You could pick that one. Or,
All right, then we'll do that one.
Yeah.
So this is Elizabeth Howick as a Twitter handle. Their channel is called Elizabeth and Attila. And let's see what their channel is about. So immediately when I see peppers, I think this is a food challenge pranks channel potentially. Certainly a couples channel. Let's just go back to the About section. Yep, challenges. I'd just like to maybe see that in the channel banner. Like, just help us a little. Because from that, I don't know what the channel's about at all.
Yeah. I wonder if there's are there challenges that tend to trend? I wonder if they could, if there's like challenges that people start doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what corner of YouTube these live on, but
well, we'd have to assume maybe more on TikTok. There are all sorts of these kind of challenges going on all of the time. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to turn it into a YouTube short, but you can use that as your form of inspiration and maybe turn it into long form content. Maybe this is one down here, the attempting to the duct tape escape challenge, because that video performed quite well for them a month ago.
yeah. That's if it's gonna be a challenge channel. I think that's where you have to go is really seeking out different challenges that you could put one another through.
They did start off 7 months ago as maybe a slightly different type of channel, food and more serious challenges. Maybe it's had a similar theme throughout. Sort by most popular. Let's see if there is a particular type of thing that's coming out. All right, so I mean, this is a very small sample size, but attempting to escape from something challenges are your best performers right now. And then, rather strangely, a bathroom renovation one. But that's what can happen when you have so many different facets of your channel that you get these weird outliers.
Yeah.
But definitely these two videos are the better performing ones. So I don't know if you can leverage the escape artist style content a little bit more as a foundation for the channel.
Yeah, there's got to be other stuff that you can wrap people up in and try and get them to escape from.
All right, Dan. I'm sure Savage knows a lot about that kind of weird stuff.
Yeah, you know, I like to wrap your mouth up sometimes because I'm at this point, I'm like, listen, y'all been talking about some of these weird channels all the time when all they have to do is sign up for the Savage Academy. You haven't been playing my promos for weeks, and you know that gets into my pockets. You know I don't like that, Rob. That takes a lot of money away from me and the Savage babies that I have somewhere, I'm sure. Just trying to make sure that I can make enough money to continue to take over the world in the only way that the doctor can. Plus, I got to pay a couple of bills and some things that I can't go into complete detail, some lawsuits and stuff. I don't really want to talk about it. I just need the money.
One final thing just to get Jeff back in play here. Thumbnail wise, I think they all can sort of stand on their own feet as decent thumbnails, but is there a certain style that jumps out more than any other here?
I mean, I like the not in my hands challenge because they've got themselves off to the side and it lets the text stand out as opposed to trying to throw text over a busy background.
Yeah.
Or even like the duct tape escape challenge.
I agree. I think this solid background with you put like a massive stroke around the object, which helps accentuate that, and then text on one side. I agree that's a good thumbnail style, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got another one, Dagashi Candy and Snacks. So they've got a few of them where they've done this style and it looks much cleaner. It's much easier to understand. Despite the fact that the cling film escape, that's a really busy thumbnail. It did seem to work okay for them, but it's really, really busy compared to the other ones. It's just not as clean.
Yeah. But I guess you could very easily turn that thumbnail into that style, given the escape artist style of it.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're up to the 2 hours, so I'm going to start the outro music here. And Savage, I was know that you're in a rush, so if you want to say goodbye to your Savage Academy students first.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So I see a bunch of people in the chat. Appreciate all of y'all for showing up and being here just for me. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to Mr. Night Review. I like that. Angry Snuggle-Lugga-Lubba-Lubba-Lubba-Lubba LOL 2012. I don't know why someone would type all that in. Can you imagine what his password must be? It must be 123 password. Can you imagine? You got to put in Snuffleupagus 2012 and his password is password 123. Terrible. Okay. I see some more people. Michael Shapiro. You know, wasn't he the lawyer in the OJ?
Michael Shapiro.
Wasn't that his name back there? Cool stuff. We got Slumber Sloth. I love that. We got Loser Anna. She keeps coming on by. Appreciate that, Loser Anna. Ravencraft and of luxury gaming, which is the only type of gaming that I do. Do you know that I have silk boxers that I wear only when I'm playing games? I always do it luxurious, and then I have like a silk robe it's my gaming robe. You should get one.
All right, thanks for all of that, Savage. Jeff, say goodbye to some people.
Well, I see our friend John C. or Junk in the chat, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Savage has given him plenty to work with for the next couple of weeks.
He certainly has.
On top of that, we've also got who else we got in here? There was a Pokemon with DSR Gaming here, and let's see who else we got. We've got Landlocked Sea Fishing UK. Shout out to you as well.
Good luck continuing to eat pizza and avoid taxes, Jeff. We'll see you again soon. Dan C, your turn.
Let's see. We have people saying goodbye. Oh, I see that name now that Savage was reading. The Angry OG Profile Minecraft Gaming LO 2012. I thought you were just making that up, but that is a name that someone thinks people can search for on YouTube.
Is that it? Your one shout out? Just repeating somebody we've already shouted out.
Well, I was so surprised that, how's that channel ever going to... What if I like one of your videos? How am I going to find you?
All right, Dan C, I'm done. Dan H, say goodbye to some people.
I don't know. I thought I was interested in where Dan C was going. I don't know if we really got to the bottom of that.
Maybe you'll find out in a few minutes if you stay on the live stream.
Big shout out. We have DCU Studios, Michael Shiro, Zenzarius, the butler, of course, in here holding it down as our moderators. Zeke Man, Hokey Hitters, and a big shout out to the legend, one of my favorites of all time, grimace.
See, Dan, see, that's how you do proper shout-outs. I'm going to say goodbye to the following people that include the Rusty Blades YouTube Barber, Tiggy, Jacko the Cod Teacher, Living History Comes Alive, Hookie Hitters YT, Kozlov Play, with more Russian in his channel name. And also, finally, we could have not done this live stream without this message is held for review and you have been put in timeout for 30 seconds. We'll be back next week as always. In the meantime, here's the outro with the memes of the week along with Jonk's wonderful animation. Jonk, please don't leave YouTube. Bye.
We've got another vidIQ special, so here we go.
This dude on the front looks like a racer. He's going to point at your first video. He's going to point at everything. He's pointing at you. Then there's some other random dude with hair. Then you got arrows pointing at things. If he ain't pointing at you or the thing, then you got arrows pointing at things. Fake gold or thingy, the patience, he says. Dr. Savage is here to save the day. My good googly good.
So you've got 84 subscribers versus our 804,000 subscribers. You've not made any videos in over a month.
I'm a busy man. I'm a doctor.
One time when you did do a custom thumbnail, you got absolutely caned for it. Ha! You thought we'd gone away, didn't you? Well, we haven't. And actually, I think people are now cottoning on to what we do here because usually we have about maybe 170, 180 people watching at this point. We've got 230 people still watching at this point, which means that for every minute I talk, we get another near 4 hours of watch time. I'm back here with just Dan today for the after stream, not party whatsoever director's cuts edition. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Hello.
How do you think that went, this week's live stream?
I think it went okay.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah, well, I'm more judging my own performance. Overall, it was good.
Yeah, I think we had some interesting channels, especially, was it Carbon Gaming at the very top with their YouTube channel. I may do a case study about them in the sense that they're getting, like, the difference between the views they get from shorts versus the views they get long form. But I didn't realize that they were already a successful channel a little bit before they went and migrated to shorts.
Yeah. No, that was cool. I love channels like that. They're a really good example. We always say the same things, like, hey, focus on one game, focus your channel up as much as you can, and then you see a channel that's doing it that way.
Yeah, there is that aspect beyond shorts. Yeah,
I always shorts are not like they keep their channel focused. So if you subscribe from a short and you come back, you dare to come back to watch one of the long videos. You're going to get that same creator making that same kind of content you subscribe for initially.
Absolutely. I think a very good chance to look at the beginning of a live stream, and we had our first Ant channel this week. Although we didn't technically audit them, it was good to see an Ant channel in here. What we usually do now is we invent some random game or idea, and then we audit one or two channels. And since we're both in a bit of a rush and we need to go soon, we'll get through this now. So we know what Jeff was doing before the live stream, in that he was eating pizzas, evading taxes, whilst breaking quarantine rules, or taking his brother to get some medication, one of the two. We want to know what he's doing now, so post live stream. Again, keep it safe for work. We'll read some of these out and maybe pick the most comical one for a channel audit.
While those come in, I just want to say, if Jonk, you're still here, you make some awesome content, and I watched your video about you being done with YouTube for now. And I mean, if you need a break, absolutely take a break. But I'd hate to see you go. I think your value proposition on your banner is just like simply new videos daily or something like that. And I think instead of quitting YouTube, you should just simply walk back that promise. And making those types of videos, even the way you do your animation, has to take a very long time. And it's no wonder you're kind of like, oh boy, I need a break. I want to see you stick around, and not to make videos for us. I mean, I don't know how much good that's doing you. Rob wants to see more videos from you about us, and they're fun. But make some videos, get some search mojo going. And I would stick to like one a week, one a month. Just hate to see you go. You're such a good talent.
I still think personally he's trolling his audience and he's going to be back in a couple of days. But we'll see. Is John here in the chat? Who knows? Right, so we have some submissions. The film guy reckons Jeff is eating fresh avocado. He's had to go get Bent Gaming says he had to go up and set his Twitch and Twitter channels up. Simply Savage. Wow, we got a Simply Savage in the chat who says licking his dog's face. I don't even know if Jeff has a dog. Teaser Brain Shorts, reviewing headphones, more than likely. That's probably actually quite accurate. That Buckethead Gamer says he is now investing in tube doubloons.
Oh.
Is that from last week?
That's a deep cut. It was like 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And what else have we got here? Somebody said, Loser Anna says he's petting his ants and putting them to sleep. That's quite a funny one, that actually. And somebody else said it was a funny one. It was something like he was baking pie and avoiding someone else. He's joining Spectre so he can defeat the IRS as well. Those are my favorites. What about yours, Dan?
Let's see. Jeff is now plotting a scheme with the Mafia to form a coup of vidIQ and take over the channel and make all the money.
Wait!
That is a long description.
Yeah, let's see.
Baking pie while laundering money. That's the one that I saw from someone else. But the name went too fast.
Yeah, no, we're not going to review you because you asked playing with Ant-Man. Let's see. vidIQ is really cool. I agree. Jeff is drinking Mountain Dew, eating chicken parmesan, protesting Biden, and paying his taxes. Now he's paying his taxes?
He's decided to come clean.
Okay. Have you already picked a channel?
I think so, yeah. Okay. I forgot what Loser Anna said, but I liked her response. It's disappeared now. So we're going to pick this channel to audit. But I think, as typical, we've given ourselves a challenge because I think this may be is it a foreign language channel? I thought it was for some reason. No, is it? Yeah, because I guess that doesn't look like the English spelling of reaction. But then this PewDiePie's video is taken down. Why? So is this multi-language? Sorry if there's confusion there from us on some of these titles. No, thank you for my 1,000 subscribers. Am I just being thrown by one title here, or a couple?
No, there's some foreign characters and stuff in some of these titles. I wonder if we're trying different languages.
Yeah, you may want to answer that in the chat. I guess just as an because these ones have nice views, which is good. And then we have like other ones which just don't have that many views yet, although that has been out for a while and not been out for too long. Although this one's been out for 6 days and didn't do that well. So even though you were doing what looks to be mostly reaction content, you're getting some very spiky views, and we would just wonder why that is. This is where you can maybe have a look at the data and see maybe how YouTube is sharing this content in terms of impressions. Is a good click-through rate? Are people wanting to see reactions to certain musical artists? It looks as if when you did a reaction here to a movie trailer, that didn't go down well at all with your audience. So they want to see reactions maybe to certain celebrities or musicians. But again, there's one here for the Justice League, a movie. So it looks as if you got the focus right in that you're a reaction channel and you're tying it into popular culture, which is going on now, whether it's music or movies. So you've got that bit nailed down well. I think maybe you just need to tailor it for particular music artists or particular movies that your audience are reacting well to. I'm going to look in the chat a little bit, see if I can get any feedback from you, Loser, and Dan, if you want to suggest anything.
I have a lot of people engaging and using vidIQ Boost, which helps a lot. Tags, etc. Sorry, I saw her comment there. Yeah. I was going to say what you said in terms of looking at the data, because some of these videos have taken off pretty well. You could see what kinds of search terms people are finding your channel through, and try. It's all about kind of seeing what's worked in the past and finding ways to double down on it. Whether it's covering that artist again, where you react to their videos, or maybe it's the language in particular. Maybe you've served some underserved markets, and they liked your content, but without kind of diving in a little bit deeper. So 2 months ago we had 22,000 views. That's cool. Any more insights there in chat? I don't think so.
I think just from the perspective of most popular, you got the titling structure down whereby the reaction within the 2 stars at the end, and then that's kind of like your keyword strategy here, in the thing that you're covering, the subject, and then the format which you're reviewing it, which is a reaction. So I think whenever that is the home of your content, I think you're doing all reaction content now, which is good. I guess maybe the one thing you could maybe do on your thumbnails, and this is where actually text may help, because you have the shocked, intrigued YouTuber face. Maybe there is like a single word that can help describe what you're reacting to a little bit. Like, what does that mean? Is that like it could be like a polarizing word, like terrible, or you see where I'm going with this? Almost like an adjective to help describe. That might be worth something testing a little bit. Like you did it here with the YouTube, with PewDiePie's video being taken down, a simple Y. I'm just wondering if maybe you could experiment with that, or you already have done. Oh, hang on, I'm getting flashbacks now. I remember that.
She said a long time ago, we told her to focus on reactions, and it's helped boost her channel.
But I remember that thumbnail. I said, all your videos thumbnails should look like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you've taken our advice, and the channel's growing nicely due to it. So it's just refining that reaction content.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a lot of content in a short amount of time, too. I think this... for lack of a better term, this scattershot kind of way you've approached reactions has gotten you a lot of data.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks to me like in the last month you've pretty much 5x your average view. No. Increased view counts by like 500 to 1,000% on average. Will our stats tell us anything here? Yeah, it looks to be like If we do it for the last 30 days, maybe. Okay, so yeah, the graphs are starting to wobble and go upwards, which is always an encouraging sign, like up and to the right. So yeah, we're encouraged there.
I know.
We're encouraged by what you're doing, Loser Anna, and that you're focusing on reaction stuff. So I think, as Dan says, the more you do this, the more data you're going to get. And so you can refine maybe the strategy in terms of who you're going to react to or what you're going to react to. And yeah, I mean, the thumbnails are of a good standard. And I was just maybe thinking of some experimentation of perhaps including text or not. So that would be my general thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, I think Dan's just nodding and agreeing because Dan does need to make a move here, and I do as well. So thank you, Loser Anna. I'd completely forgotten we'd audited your channel before. Make sure to join us tomorrow when we're going to be showing you how to use vidIQ on mobile. But on top of that, we do a huge Q&A afterwards, so you can ask us any question you want, and we'll do our best to answer it. Dan, final words with you while I click end stream.
Join us for tomorrow's live stream. Hooray! It's
All
already
right.
up. You can already save the link and